And in the words of Tommy Huxley and Hank Williams Jr., are you ready for some football? Oh, man, you fam, today though, boy, the defense, and y'all, boy, you come rolling up on us on Wednesday like we was just, and today we go get that booty. 49ers 2021 training camp, Jason V and defense dominate day 2. Oh, snap! Hey, fam, that 49ers offensive party we witnessed by Bay Area beat writers, what was witnessed by Bay Area beat writers on Wednesday did not continue into today. No. Turn the lights out and the party's over. All good things must come to an end. At least not in the same frolicking manner. I wonder what they're saying as they're sitting in the locker room. So we'll get them tomorrow. Jason Verrett felt like taking over today, and he did exactly that. Right along with some stellar play from the defensive line. Individuals will point out here in a minute. Tonight, we're going to go to the phones to diagnose the documented observations from 49er beat writers, point some fingers at the offense, and applaud a vengeful defense that came alive on this second day of training camp. But this is good. Good. Beat each other up every day for another week or two. And you'll see when the pads come on, you'll see a little more refinement. Right now, though, it's hilarious. Oh, good news. Very good news, in fact. Cheryl Bosa's baby boy, Nick, said earlier today, quote, I looked at the schedule, but I knew, hey, where's Dion? Who could do a good Nick Bosa? I'm not going to try to do a Nick Bosa. I tried. Nick's hard to imitate. But he said, I looked at the schedule, but I knew when it was an early injury that for the most part I would be ready to go for week 1. And everything right now is trending towards that. So I'm hoping to ramp it up as I go and be ready to give it all I got week 1, unquote. Let's go, Nick! Let's go, Nick! But here's the thing. The D did not need Nick today to beat up on that Niner offense, boy. Jason Verrett entered the past 2 seasons, fam, as a sign-up and somewhat of a gamble. He wasn't getting a lot of money from the 49ers front office, so it was really no big deal. It was like one of those things you put him in the incubation chamber and see what hatches up later. And Lord have mercy. Boy, we got something hatched up now. We had it last year. We just probably didn't really realize what we were looking at. Because the team already had its starting CBs when Verrett came along. He's a talented player who simply had not been able to stay on the field due to those injuries. But at this hour, nobody's talking like that anymore. Jason Verrett is not just a depth piece, y'all. The Niners are suddenly counting on him to carry over his strong play from 2020 into the season. And quite frankly, JV could be now crowned as a secondary ace. Fam, this Verrett may make quarterbacks hesitate, and that's all it's going to take for that D-line to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start plugging up lanes and quarterbacks start, bam! Oh! Count the fingers. What fingers? Oh, man, good Lord, man. Help me up out of here. That's when things start to happen. JV said today, after an impressive workout, quote, I'm capable of doing a lot of good things. I'm capable of being a Pro Bowler and All-Pro. This is not bragging. He's already had this crowned upon him before. It's how I approach each and every week, each and every practice, unquote. Jimmy G and T. Lance opened up Niners training camp on Wednesday with impressive showings. I mean, they were both nailing shot after shot. They couldn't miss. Blindfolded, out there doing the Mahomes. Connection. On day 2, the defense said that will be enough of that. Y'all don't know who you're playing with. Verrett took charge of the 49ers defensive backfield. He broke up not 1 or 2, but 3 Jimmy G passes intended for IU, Kittle, Debo. That is the best the 49er roster has to offer. Verrett said, no, you ain't, not on my watch. Verrett said, as cool as can be. He said this about that. There's always something you can just take over to the next day. Tomorrow, I got to go out there and do it again. That's my approach with everything I do. I try to be as consistent as possible. So Jimmy, Trey, Verrett, GK, Ayuk, Debo, look out. Jason Verrett is on the prowl. You got to step up your game or get shamed. Whew, man. Other notes, observations from practice number 2 of the 49ers training camp. Jimmy G took a whooping. Oh, he took a whooping. Completing 5 of 11 passing attempts. G, that's less than 50%, brah. While T. Lance connected on 5 of his 9 attempts, he slides in just above 50%. The 2 best players for the offense came back-to-back with Lance and quarterback. First, he sidestepped. Contavious Street straightened up and delivered a nicely thrown pass to Samuel over the coverage of rookie Ambry Thomas. Then, ripped a pass between defenders in the middle of the field for a completion to Travis Benjamin. If anything, Travis Benjamin say, woo-hoo, somebody finally noticed I'm out here, man. Throw me the ball. Come on, man. You know, it's really funny because if you're looking at the competition between Travis Benjamin and Richie, there is none right now, right? That has got to develop sooner or later, right? I can't see both of them being cut. Josh Rosen took more of the third team snaps today. Stevens' favorite quarterback completed 4 of 7 passes attempts, while Nate on Thin Ice Sutfield was just 2 for 2. And Tim Harris Jr. continues to be the quarterback on the opposite side of Verrett, while Emmanuel Mosley remains on the reserve COVID-19 list. Tim has become every quarterback's favorite quarterback to work. Tim, man, you got to, Tim, come on, man, you got to get better. The Niners have a workout scheduled tomorrow with veteran cornerback Dre Kirkpatrick, and you wonder why are you doing that, guys? You just called him Kirkpatrick. Was he busy? Was he working out? Was he doing anything special? Or you say, Dre, listen, yeah, it's me, John Lynch. Yeah, how you doing, man? Yeah, I was just. No, I was just seeing if you felt like playing football this year, and if you are, we'd like to bring you in here and let's have a look. So, you know, D'Amico Ryans said this about that, quote, we're just doing our due diligence, making sure we're covering all the bases. We're always looking to improve our team at every position, unquote. D'Amico, you know, y'all, well, you got Ambry. Because I was thinking, you know, you might have, we got one in the draft. Okay, all right. Kirkpatrick's 31, though, and has appeared in 113 games with 78 career starts. He played 8 seasons with the Bengals before going to the Cards just last year. Here's the thing, you know, defensive tackle, Zach Kerr broke through the line more than a couple of times. He came through a few times. You know, one thing we do have to realize, though, the offensive line is at a disadvantage at this particular point in the season. They're not going to be able to stop the defensive line if they're playing any kind of football. But Zach did break through a few times, including on the first run play of practice when he smacked rookie running back Trey Sermon in the shoulder helmet area. I bet you Trey heard that famous bell. Have you ever played for it? Boom! You know that. Boom! It's like somebody inside your head hitting you with a hammer. Yesterday, General Manager John Lynch said the club was not anticipating the opportunity to add a proven veteran like Kerr, but a declining salary cap worked to the team's advantage. Thank you, Raiders, with your no doing what you. Lynch said this about that, though. I'd say that was fortuitous for us. You know, first of all, that a guy like Kerr was out there, unquote. Larry Hoover. Another ex-Raider defensive end, Arden Key, beat rookie Jalen Moore for a would-be sack. DJ Jones had an impressive showing in one-on-one pass rush drills against Alex Mack and rookie Aaron Banks. They'll be fine. Alex Mack is probably going to be a Hall of Famer, and Aaron Banks. Aaron's just got to get used to what it looks like to play against a professional. He'll be okay. During 7-on-7 drills, no sevens pass intended for number 7 was broken up by number 7. I love the play on words. You heard that right, though. Like the last few years with the 90-man roster, the Niners have 3 players with the same jersey digit. Sudfeld, receiver Austin Watkins Jr., and defensive back Maiden. God, you know what, man? It was a non-padded practice, but Marcel Harris must have forgot. Nobody told him. Marcel blasted Elijah Mitchell over the middle of a break, trying to stop a Rosen pass, and hit him so hard he needed to say, "Oh, hey, come on, man. You know I'm playing, man. Come on, I'm sorry, man. Don't get mad, man. I was just doing my job. Come on now. You ain't mad, are you?" The D-Cat just came in today with every intention of hanging foot in that offensive booty. That's just all it was to it. They ended practice strong with a couple of plays against Jimmy G and the first team unit with a smackdown. Armstead got pressure, and Dante Johnson, of all people, broke up a pass from Mohamed Sanu. On the next play, Ibukum got a good push with his pass rush, and K'Wan Williams broke up a pass intended for George Kittle. I mean, it was pain out there. As the offense left the field, you could actually hear the D-line yelling at them, "Get better, oh, we ain't playing with no wussies, man. You're supposed to be out here making us better, man. I feel like we've been playing a junior high school team. Don't come out here with that trash next day." This is the fun thing about football. Guys, you can talk smack to. Again, the players rehabbing from injuries, Jalen Hurd, Nick Bosa, D Ford, and Javon Kinlaw, took part in individual drills but were held out of 11-on-11 work. So there you go, Ooh. You know what I like about these kind of days, though? There's been a history since G got here, anyway. They get their butt handed to them one day, and then they come out. It'd be a back and forth all through training camp. So I figure they'll come bounce back tomorrow. They better, boy, because it's okay to get beat up, but not to that degree. Let's go here and see what's going on here. 49ers Ultimate Report. Ronbo Sports is on Thursday night. Oh, God, yes. I mean, it's that time of year. If there's things going on in camp, I got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Give me a 49ers shout out. It's Niners all day. It's Niners all day. I know. Slick 16, 7 p.m. all across the Niner Empire, San Francisco Central. Yosef El Baby. Here's a name I've not seen in a while. Are you ready for some football? We are ready. We're so ready. Jaime Alazaga. Hey, what's up? And the 49ers family this season will be much better than last year. 2020 sucked overall. And nobody wants to see that again in our lifetime, man. How many pandemics do happen to a human, though, in one lifetime? Let's not have that happen again. My God, it just ruined everything. Still ruining things. We go to the phone to say, Eric, come on in, Eric.
What's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, it's hard to know what to expect out of practice every day, but when it's funny, these guys, this happens every year. Teams go back and forth. It's like one unit embarrasses the other, and then they rebound the next day. It's going to be funny, though, to see what happens tomorrow. But, Eric, your assessment of today's beatdown of the offense.
I'm kind of shocked on how like the O-line is doing. I know the offensive line is low-key struggling. I mean, I understand that, Alex Mack is a veteran, so he's older. And, obviously Aaron Banks is a rookie, so he's still learning. So I get like that, but it's weird how someone like Contavious Street is like wrecking these guys. I was listening to Grant, and Grant said that Contavious Street is better than Javon Kinlaw right now. And
hey, Eric, you know what? Between you and me, I was thinking, I felt like, okay, if Javon can't go, Contavious could be okay. I don't know how much okay, but Contavious is tough.
Yeah, and obviously then there's DJ Jones, who's that guy's a monster right now. You could tell he wants to break out this year.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to last year. I think did he get hurt last year? You see, That's why that defensive line, the interior, just, I mean, Zach Kerr, Hurst, we got all kinds of dudes. I don't know who they're getting rid of. Contavious Street, by the way, Eric, is predicted by some because of Kerr and Hurst to lose his job. Not from what you're saying and what you've seen today and we see today.
I know. Wait, let me ask you a question. Do you think with the corner they're going to work out tomorrow, do you think that probably means that they're one of the two playoff teams that called about Xavier Howard?
No. I think they meant playoff teams from last year, too. Xavier would be in camp probably today or right now, right? You know what, though? I could be
Actually,
wrong.
I heard he got injured today, too.
Xavier did? Oh,
Yeah.
how?
I don't think they know what it is, but I heard he got hurt.
Sounds like it might be serious from what you're saying. You know, it's with cornerback situation. Ambry Thomas is not ready for this level. You can already feel that, and we need one backup. Mosley will be fine, and obviously,
Yeah.
Jason Verrett's going to be fine. I don't know about Dante Johnson, and
No.
the other kid that came in, the other draft pick. I don't think he's ready. Rookie draft cornerbacks usually come in a little slow, but we'll see about Kirkpatrick. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, again, it's scary that if one of our guys goes down, it could really hurt the team. And
Yeah.
but it's good that they're looking into the corners, and I still do think the Niners should be looking into Xavier Howard.
Everybody does.
I feel like if they get him, it's a done deal. You're pretty much winning the division.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to lock down everyone's number one receiver. Verrett is going to do the number two, and the third person is going to be K1, and we already know what he does to the slot receiver.
Yeah, come run across that slot. I mean, you're not. Don't plan on having a big day, as long as he's out there.
Yeah, that guy's pretty much non-existent when he's on the field.
I know, right? You don't even notice K1, but you also don't notice the other team's slot receiver. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But in 2019, I just realized, wait a minute, where is Tyler Lockett? Where's
He went home.
Yeah. Also, where's the Rams' big-time slot?
Cooper Kupp.
I said, hey,
Cooper
guys,
Kupp. Where's that
have you
for
guys noticed they don't show up when we play them? How come? They're the reason right there. That's why they call him the Shark. He's out there patrolling the waters. Whoa! And then I started realizing he's better than even anybody thought. Shark is bad. Boy, he's bad. Ooh, he's bad. Man. So, yeah, you're right.
So what did you think of Kinlaw today? Was the injury just a minor thing, or?
Yeah, he's still
Because
doing
I thought he was practicing
individual drills. They said it was not serious. I don't know what they meant by that. They said, it swelled up on him when he traveled across country. If you get on the airplane and you swell up, that's not a good sign, right? Unless it's just your feet from a long flight or something. But if your knee is swelling up, that's not normal. And I guess they're looking at that like, okay, let's just take it easy here. The doctor's going to see you after this workout, and let's see where you are with that knee. So, yeah, I don't think it's real serious.
You said you heard it traveling?
Yeah, has he gotten a plane? Where is he from? Is he from Carolina? Anyway, as he flies across country to the West Coast, I think from what I understand, he experienced some swelling in that knee. That's a 4 to 5 hour flight, right? So, yeah, that's not good.
Probably some tiny seats. He's huge.
No matter what he's sitting in, he can be in first class. It's still a tiny seat.
Yeah.
And even if he sits by the exit in first class, it's still a tiny seat. My God. Woo!
Yeah, it makes sense that he would probably be hurting from his knees. The man's in a 3-point stance like almost all day, and he's a huge guy. He's gonna hurt his knees.
So he'll be okay. I think that he's ready to go this year. So we're going to see some special things from him. And Nick's going to be tutoring him the whole way. This is the part I like the most. He takes Nick's everything Nick shows him. He takes it really seriously and works on it. Oh, can you see that monster? with Nick's hands and skills. Woo, man, man. Yes. You know
All
what?
right, Ronbo, did you see there was a report a couple of days ago that Jimmy threw a 70-yard pass. I don't know if it's true,
I heard
but
about it.
if it is,
I heard a 35
that's
yard.
impressive.
I didn't hear about a. Well, I haven't heard about that one. I heard about the
No,
35
it,
yard
it was
pass.
it was before camp started.
Oh
It
yeah.
was before camp started.
See, this is the myth about Jimmy. You know what? Go back and look at his college film. Jimmy can throw. He can throw downfield. I don't. I don't know if Kyle asked him to, or if Kyle didn't believe in the receivers, or what. Uh, he's got an arm. It's people think because he runs that West Coast offense, short shots, and Kyle's got the guys out there getting yak because that's what he got him for anyway. People think he can't throw the ball. Jimmy doesn't have a weak arm. That's a joke produced and perpetuated by those who just don't like him. He can throw it.
Yeah, and we haven't had a deep threat. I mean, you literally could hear Kittle and Debo say that all off season long they've been working on their deep routes.
See, and if Manuel Mosley had any speed, everybody, Jimmy G just overthrew him. Well, you know what? Had that been Marquise Goodwin or anybody else, that's a touchdown. So, it's okay, it's Jimmy's fault for throwing him, but Sanders is not a deep threat. Sanders is your midfield guy. Anyway, you know what? It's a conversation nobody's going to believe. You got those who know that and those who don't care about that. So, we got, I think, though, Ayuk can catch up with just about anything. We're going to find that out. So,
Yeah.
all right, man.
All right,
Tell you
Ronbo.
what, be looking for you tomorrow. Because we got to work
All right,
out
man.
tomorrow, too. Yeah. Night, Eric.
All right. Go Niners.
Yeah. We go to 281. And anybody in Texas, being a 49er fan, I got mad props. Been walking around in Texas. Boy, you serious? 281, what is your name? Oh, 281.
Yo, Ronbo, can you hear me?
Is that 281? I can hear you, 281. What is your name?
Getty, your boy.
You're Getty. I didn't know you were from Texas.
I live in Texas. I'm from California originally.
And moved to Texas? All right.
Yeah. Well, I was in the
Job.
military, so I've been around
That's right.
all
Yeah.
around.
I saw that
Yeah.
on your
Hey,
bio.
Quick question. I don't
Right.
know if you pay attention to Grant or not, but Grant is already saying that Lance is the better quarterback. I just want to get your input.
He's been saying that since God. So, after draft night, that has been his. I mean, yeah, Grant's been saying that the whole time. So we'll see. I don't have anything to say that if Grant believes that. Although, if I'm Grant, since he's been losing bets, he probably shouldn't put any more money on it, though.
Hey, I got a bet on Jimmy not starting. It wasn't anything personal. I swear, as soon as he got hurt week 3 last year, I thought for sure they were going to ship him out already. I swear I'm not a hater. That dude is just a little bit too injury prone for me.
Or fragile. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. You see a lot of players that get hurt and then they go for years not getting hurt. We've seen Tom got hurt
Ward
1 year.
Ward is the perfect example.
Even Aaron Rodgers has had his collarbone taken out. It's not a safe place to be on the field. You take hits sometimes you didn't even see it coming, so it makes it a little more difficult to stay safe unless you've got a lot of protection out there, or if you see something coming. You can escape. But if you don't see it coming, of course, you're going to get blasted. So,
You know what I am hyped for, though? I really do like Jimmy's attitude where he's just like, F it, I'm just going to go out there and be exactly what I can be, which is a bulldog. So hopefully he can prove it. We'll find out.
Yeah. He seems to be hanging awfully loose this year. That press conference yesterday, Jimmy looks all the way relaxed like I've never seen him before. Usually in those media conferences, he comes in, sweat's pouring off him, he's constantly wiping and everything else. I've never seen him hang so loose before. He seems to be, I see a confidence about him this year that didn't show up in today's practice, of course, but I see a confidence about him this year that looks pretty interesting. We'll see what that develops into. and how he goes about it, because he's thoroughly motivated now. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I just want to say what's up because we've been going back and forth. So I'll hang up and listen to the rest of your podcast.
I get it. I'll look at you in a whole different light now that you've called in. I'll try to be
I bet.
more civil. Getty and I've
Yes,
been
sir.
tearing it up on Twitter. Hey,
That's all
Getty,
good. I'll
but I've
talk to
stepped
you
back
later.
from Twitter wars in the last 24, 48 hours. I'm done arguing and screaming. I really am. So you know.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll see what happens.
All right. Night, Getty. Appreciate you. All right. Hey, Tommy.
Yo.
Tommy, you know, it's funny. I saw Trey today on Twitter. He checked back in, and I said, Trey, listen, you know, we need you. Not only do I love when you call in, but you've got to keep the Red and Gold Army up in numbers, because you know the trolls have aspirations of coming in and just taking over. You know what I mean? So you know,
Yeah. Yeah. The chat is oversaturated with a lot of Jimmy haters,
No, yeah, that's fine.
which is fine.
Yeah, Jimmy's
Whatever.
Jimmy's a grown man. He can he'll take care of himself. He'll attend to that somewhere between now and week 8. I suspect people saying like, well, okay, we'll keep him for this year, but he's got to go at the end of the year. You know, we could be 8-0, and they'll still be saying that. You know, people just don't like him. I mean, they really don't. And then sometimes you ask, they don't have a real reason other than getting injured. But this is football. You need to hate somebody for more than that. So it's interesting. I don't know what he carries, what kind of aura or air about him, but the hate on Jimmy's serious. So we'll see what happens.
If you look at his numbers, he wins. So you want to blame that on the defense? You want to blame that on the running game? I don't know.
Yeah, give everybody credit but him.
It's just the main thing, he can't stay healthy. That's the only thing with me. And yeah, he doesn't have a really good deep pass, but he threw a deep pass to Ayuk in that Patriots game.
Yeah,
It was kind of a ugly looking thing, but he completed it.
Yeah, Jimmy, they've got to throw that pass more often too. If you never throw that pass in game situations, and they don't, I don't know what they do in practice, but you've got to get a chemistry going with, like George and the guys are saying, that they worked on their deep routes. Jimmy's not lacking an arm. He can get it downfield. As you've seen in the Super Bowl, that ball was almost into the end zone. So it's not about him being able to throw it. You do need guys that can get downfield and gain separation. As if I'm a quarterback, I'm sitting back there and I'm watching what's going on, and I haven't got a lot of time to make up my mind. In fact, Jimmy threw that ball in the Super Bowl before he wanted to. I could tell that from looking at the film. But you throw that ball downfield, you're going to put it in a spot where you think the receiver can run under it. If that receiver is back there dealing with the defensive backs, then where am I going to put it? Jimmy put that ball deep, hoping that Emmanuel Sanders could outrace that defense and get it, but he put it too deep, and Emmanuel Sanders couldn't catch up with it.
I'm not sure why they had the slowest guy and the receiver on the team run for that catch, just because he has big hands. I mean,
Debo's faster. Debo's faster than Sanders, isn't he? You know what? If they had it to do all over again, I wonder what they would do different. You know, so it's gonna. But they do need to work on that deep pass. Anyway, it's time to do that. Now that you got Ayuk and Debo, throw the damn ball. Mm-hmm. Just throw it. You know, before when you
Debo looks nice and lean now.
I know, right? You see him in that media conference? Yeah. That was interesting. He was pretty sharp today too. Yeah, doing yoga.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Ward's doing yoga too.
They all need to do yoga. I don't want to see any pull muscles this year. Yoga hurts too. That is hard to do. If you could do yoga, those muscles get that flexible. Oh, yeah. I don't know why somebody didn't suggest this before.
You know, there's one thing that I'm worried about. We have a couple key players that won't get the vaccine. I mean, you know.
Yeah, they got exposed. I didn't know until today. You saw Verrett and Nick. And Nick's still thinking about it. Yeah. I don't know what Verrett's thinking about.
Well, I mean, Bosa's good. His boy Donald Trump got the vaccine, so you can too.
Tom, what I don't understand is how is health a political issue that you need to take a stance on? It really worries me.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to see anybody die. You know,
Exactly.
the option of death versus the shot, and then there are people who say you could die from the shot. Yeah, but
Yeah. Well, okay. Very rarely.
So
I mean, it doesn't mean you can't get the virus. Yes, you could definitely get it if you're not vaccinated, but
yeah.
if you're with other people that are vaccinated, the likelihood is very nil. So
Yeah, and you won't. And if you do get sick, you're probably not
I
going to
just don't
die.
want us to lose any players for
Days. And players that are around them at the time, you lose them too.
Yes,
That's what drives
exactly.
me nuts. They all got to go into a quarantine for I don't know how many days, but they all got to go in. Oh man, just before this game versus the who? Oh, not the Packers. No, not again. We did this last year. No. So here we go again.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen. They're gonna be careful. You're gonna get tested out in the parking lot before you get anywhere near the building. It's just too bad they got to still practice this, stay in this protocol. So.
Yeah, I don't want any outbreak. We're not going to get outbreaks, but we're going to lose players.
Yeah, for quarantine. Well, we're gonna see, Tommy. We're gonna find out soon, and maybe some guys will change their mind. Does any team have 100% vaccination?
No, I thought someone said the Steelers had the highest percent, but I thought with 86. But then I heard Kyle said we're at 90%.
We have over 90.
So I'm not sure. Yeah.
And there's no point in lying about that. So they're probably telling the truth. We'll find out. It's rough, Tommy. We'll wait because if we go in the season, some of the penalties involved if a game is forfeited. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Oh, lost a game, got charged incredible money. That's a shotgun that aimed right at you if you don't fall in line with what they're trying to do. We'll see. Tommy, you out jogging tonight or what?
No, I was going to, but I don't know. It's like Friday for me, so.
Yeah, every other day, jogging is fine anyway.
Well, it's perfect weather right now. It's like 70 something.
Oh, that is good jog weather.
Maybe I will.
Strip down to the shorts. You don't need to wear any shirt to get all sweaty. Because when you're running and the sweat fills up the shirt, now you weigh like another pound. By the time you get to the run, you're like, oh man, my pants are wet, shirt's wet. I put on another pound. I'm dragging it around. Then it's good for the workout. Stop whining. I know, but I didn't come out here for the workout to drag things. Okay. But Tommy, enjoy that workout.
Well, I usually wear the sleeveless shirt, so it's not really that much.
Yeah. The new material they got now for jogging, it just loses water as it goes anyway. That one with the tiny little holes in it. If you got that stuff,
yeah.
All right, Tommy. I'm gonna tell you what, man. So give best to Anna Marie, and we're gonna see you tomorrow.
Definitely. Thanks for the shout out at the beginning. I guess with what was his name? Hank Williams the second.
Oh, Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. See you tomorrow, man.
All right. See you tomorrow.
All right. And Rebel D says, Rebel, always here watching. Why do people expect Jimmy to throw downfield when his O-line has been suspect the whole time? No. You know what? I've already given up on trying. Jimmy, whatever goes wrong, it's nobody's fault. It's everybody. Everybody's free. Jimmy, go stand out in the hallway. It's all your fault. No matter what goes wrong, it's all your fault. Hey, Papa Dragon! And the Dragonettes.
Ronbo!
Bob, man.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Man, the D came out and asserted himself today. It was funny. This is going to happen all season long. I think these guys sit around in the locker room and get fired up after you get beat up. So if the routine continues tomorrow, the O will have its way with the defense. Oh, and you know what else, Pop? You know what else is funny? Because I really feel deep down in my chest that Shanahan and Salah, I bet they used to, these all smiles and laugh at each other. I bet each and every workout they plotted to beat each other's butt.
Oh, it's highly football camp is highly competitive. I mean, you're
Extreme.
competitive. You're competitive when you wake up. I mean, you wake up in your room, and who gets a teeth brush faster.
Mm,
Could be playing Madden all night, competitive ping pong table,
mm,
shooting
mm,
hoops and trash cans. It's competitive.
mm.
So, always, what typically happens is that defense is far ahead of the offense.
Yeah, no pads. Yeah,
Typically,
yeah.
yeah. But right now we got no pads. Obviously, when you're playing the skill positions, you know, Brett's going to be good. You know, he's a good one-on-one player, and all of a
Anyway.
sudden one day, yeah, exactly. One day you might get one or two on him, and the next day he's going to come back a little bit more fired up. You
Mm-hmm.
know, the main thing though is like I say, my main concerns about Jimmy has always been, like I said, what he has regressed into, because you always want to see someone kind of progressing,
Mm-hmm.
moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still right now. Pass rush is an issue. He's not getting hit. Okay, so he's got to definitely push that ball down the field. I mean, all the other arguments are valid, but right now we're talking about practice. Right now we're talking about not getting hit. Right now we're talking about no pads. So he's got
And
to
wearing a
he's got
red
to get
red protection shirt. True.
yeah he's got to get out of the funk that he's in right now, which is to unload that ball too quick and let his third and fourth reads develop, or be able to come back through his progressions and find a person down the field like the rookie quarterback is currently doing. So, but like I said, I think moving forward, a couple things touched. I didn't touch on yesterday. I wanted to. One was Javon Kinlaw. I know if you remember, we were talking about Nick Bosa's knee injury, how Nick Bosa was going to be. I told you this before anyone knew anything. I said Nick Bosa's going to be all right.
Yeah.
He comes from privilege, and sometimes privilege is knowledge, and sometimes knowledge is privilege, and he's got all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
like I said, he was able to rehab and train away from Santa Clara. And coach was
And
like,
in
"Hey,
in magnificent facility, and that ain't
magnificent
and
facility."
nobody else on the team can say that. And well, Josh Rosen could, but the rest of the guys
Josh good too.
are going to the gym. Oh, George Kittle, he set up his own facility, but that's
Yeah,
not a normal thing.
no, George got money though. He's got money now. But
Yeah.
you know, um, Javon Kinlaw, his situation is different. He comes from a situation at one point where he was homeless, and if you're homeless, you don't got health care. So he's probably been walking around on that busted up knee for a long
For a
time,
long
and now it's
time.
going to be exactly. So now it's going to be a situation for him that he's going to have to always deal with. He's going to have to deal with like arthritis. He's got bursitis. He's going to have to deal with swelling in the knee for a variety of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It could be lingering damage and things like that. And
And he's
I'm
already a
pretty
big
sure that he
man too, Pop. So that
he's,
weighs
he's
on
he's
that
big
too.
on top of it. That's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
big on top of that. So he like I said, I think if we get 4 years out of that dude, he should be fortunate. But I think by the time the fourth or fifth year gets around here, his knee, he'll probably just be bone on top of bone. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
Yeah.
But it's early, right? No need to get super excited, or jump one side or the other side. It'll take care of itself. Whoever the quarterback would be at the end of the day, it'll be the best thing for the 49ers. I can tell
Mm-hmm.
you that for a fact. I really don't think that Shanahan is going to have he's not going to be shy about starting Jimmy. He's not going to be shy about starting Trey. Whoever he picks is going to be who he picks. We just have to hope that Rosen develops. We have to hope that that, like I said, my big concern is the O line. My big concern is the secondary, because already we got one guy out for COVID, right? And all of a sudden we're hunting for free agent cornerbacks. When the reality is that we're going to have to roll the dice on these rookies. If they get burned, they get burned. But you gotta learn some kind of way.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
Not this year. We need to keep them off the field as much as possible. It's mostly in Verrett who want to keep out there as much as
Wait a
possible. But
second.
they've got to plug
Wait a
in
second. Hold on.
lanes, huh?
No, wait a second. This is where you and I can disagree on this one. I
Hmm.
believe that their schedule is easy enough that at this particular point in time, unless they go out and get someone who's like an A-plus player, which I fully endorse, going after somebody like, Gilmore or somebody like that. But
Mm.
if they don't get someone like that, I mean, their schedule is easy enough and they run the ball well enough that these rookies should start hitting the field here in September and October. When they start playing at a high level, which they should start playing at, with that particular schedule, all of a sudden these positions that I consider weak right now, the O line and the secondary,
Mm.
will get stronger. They should be stronger by October.
Okay,
Then you talk about a
I
playoff
want to
team.
see them in preseason games. If they look like they know what they're doing, if the game's not too big for them, because quite frankly, a lot of these kids coming out of school, it's something of adjustment to them. They're being wowed.
Yeah.
They got to
Oh yeah.
get into it, right? So,
Right.
yeah, because you can't have that one play. We're leading 17 to what? 13 going into the fourth quarter, and that one kid all of a sudden turns to a Keller Witherspoon exactly at the wrong time. So, that's why you got to be.
Wait a second. You can't do that to these boys. You know, can't compare the rookies to Kello. Come on. That's
That's what I'm
just
saying.
harsh.
So I want him to
You're
make
harsh.
sure you
I
get a
thought you
little
were a nice guy.
seasoning, put a little paprika on him, and some Italian seasoning and stuff. Let him simmer a little bit and cook. I just don't want unnecessarily
I
put
thought
out there.
I thought you were over optimistic fan. You're
I
like
know I am,
Ella
but I
Witherspoon.
know that
Oh,
cornerbacks. Me and Show had this argument, or not argument. We had this agreement 2 years ago. Wide receivers and cornerbacks, they normally come in the league a little behind step and then they pick it up. But you don't know when they're going to pick it up. As I say, work them rookies in
yeah, I agree. Yeah,
slowly,
yes.
a few reps here and there, but don't be going out there depending on them from day one. You're going to get an
Oh
ass
no,
whooping.
no. Well, that's just it. I'm
Yes.
not saying that. I'm not saying that because people make it like preseason is necessary, right? Because you have like 80 players, you're trying to get a look at them. But the
Mhm.
real preseason is September. That's the real preseason. That is officially the real preseason. That's when
Mhm.
the players who are like under the radar or they're
Mhm.
undrafted, all of a sudden they're can't by week 3. Oh, well, Terrell Davis has rushed 100 yards every single game, and he was on special teams up
Yeah.
until the last day of preseason. So what I'm saying is that preseason NFL really is like September. You're trying to get out of September trying
And
to
every
figure
team's
out what
going
your
through it too.
identity is.
Uh,
Yeah, everything goes through it. You're trying to get out of September without a losing record and trying to figure out what your identity is. And hopefully, if your identity is balanced, typically those balanced teams are the ones that do well, right? With the exception
mm.
of like Kansas City, because, Patrick Mahomes is ridiculous. He's a
Well,
video game cheat
well,
code.
not only that, but him and his crew been together for how many years now? And Pop,
Yeah.
it's all about reps and familiarity that's going to make a team a champion. You're him. When I've seen that footage yesterday, Patrick and Tyreek's out there. Patrick's out there throwing no look passes. You don't do that in year one. You don't know him. So you know what I'm saying? You can do anything when you
No,
got
no, that's
good
Patrick
guys together.
Mahomes, though.
Yeah.
Like my
It
wife's like, "Come
is,
look at this pass." I'm like,
but
"Who
but
is it?"
but
Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, "I don't want to see it. I already know what it is." He's
but
just
if you're
doing something
Tyreek,
crazy, incredible.
but if you're Tyreek Hill, you weren't trying to do that from day one. It takes a minute. You got to do a few reps.
Yeah,
You got to get that
but
timing down.
but right. But as much credit as you give Tyreek Hill, the unsung hero of that team when they won the Super Bowl was Sammy Watkins. That
Oh
was the
yeah,
guy they couldn't cover. You see
right,
what I'm saying? There's always
right.
going to be that one guy who has the biggest mismatch. Like for
Mm.
example, for us as Kittle, right? When we play the Rams, they got to put Ramsey on Kittle. That's crazy. You ever hear Deion Sanders? We're going to put Deion Sanders on Brett Jones.
See,
We didn't have that.
that's why I
And
used to tell
last thing I
Rudy
want to touch on,
he ain't
right?
got no linebackers. See, they still they got one linebacker, but for the most part they haven't any linebackers. So
Right, right. And last thing I want to touch on is I really believe that Debo is about to come into his own.
yep.
I I think he's about to come into his own. Them big legs, that big butt.
And
He's
he's
that combination
and
of Anquan Bone and Antonio Gates. He's
and
gonna have a
yoga
good year.
and yoga.
Oh
So
yeah,
he
yoga.
should not be
But
pulling up
yoga's been
lame.
around though, right?
But I mean, the
No,
thing
I'm
is,
glad he's finally doing it. I'm
yes,
glad he's taking care of himself.
get loose,
That's
bro.
important. Yes, keep
Pop,
those muscles and those tendons loose.
there you go. Good points too, Pop. I'm telling you right now. I'll be back tomorrow and see what's going on in
Oh
camp.
yeah.
I'm loving it.
And we'll see what's going on tomorrow. I'm loving it too, man. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But like I said our schedule, our team. I still think the offensive line is once it gels, it will be a source of strength. And I do
Oh God,
believe that
yes.
if the rookies step up, rookies do step up, we'll be good. But remember, a cautionary tale here. We lost one cornerback, and now we're looking. And Verrett is on the fence about getting vaccinated. Now, imagine what happens if he catches COVID and gets
No,
real
Pop,
sick.
don't even say it. Don't even say it.
I'm not trying.
Don't.
I'm just
Oh,
saying. I'm just
okay.
saying. That's how fragile that position is.
I
Rombo, you have to fix
know.
it. You got to make
I
some calls,
know,
Rombo.
man. Brett's
You got
got
to
to
make
go
some
get
calls. You
that
got to start.
shot.
You got to start calling for it. You got to
He'll
start
get it.
calling for it, Rombo.
Brett's got to get the
You
shot.
got to call
He's
some
gonna do it.
plays. You got to fix. You got to. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to become quality control at night or something
Hey,
for the
doesn't Jason?
49ers.
Isn't he married though? Doesn't he have a family?
Yeah, he does.
See, that's the thing. You, no matter what you feel about yourself, you don't want to bring that garbage home to your house. That stuff gets loose in the house. Can you imagine? You actually gave it to
I,
your. Oh my God. Anyway,
I've
let, let,
already went through
we
it,
had this
dude. I've
conversation. I
already went through it. I already went through it. You know,
know.
15 family members get together for Easter dinner. 14 of the 15 get COVID. The youngest is 6 years old. The two oldest is 58, 59. Actually, my aunt's in her 60s. My aunt's the only one who didn't get it because she's the only one that had the vaccination. Both my uncles died from COVID.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know what?
So the reality is that it's out there, that it can kill you, and that a little shot is all you got to do to prevent it
Pop's gonna
or
be all
help
right though.
manage it.
Yeah. All right, Pop. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, fam.
Good night, brother. I
Bye.
hope the 49ers are listening out there, Verrett and Bosa. Hope you guys are listening.
All right, Pop.
I'm telling you. All right. No, hey,
All right, man.
Rumble. Niners
Have a great night.
forever and all day.
And Paul the third. Hey, sup?
Niners!
He's very long-winded, but there's a trick to that. You just gotta
Oh,
breathe when you do
dang.
it. Good
Oh,
night, Pop. Good to
dang.
see you. You pulled the
Good night.
chest muscle, didn't you?
I pulled the testicle muscle so I get so high.
Night, fam.
But
Oh, God. And I'm looking at Paul the third. He says, "Sup, Ronbo, you hear about Street putting Mac on his backside. Is there much depth in center if Mac struggles?" Street, I thought that was DJ Jones. No. We don't have. You know what though? The offensive linemen become mightier when they put on the pads. We don't have. We talked about this. They didn't even. Captain Ben Garland didn't re-sign either. So I'm not sure what they're going to do about that situation. Is that Charles? Charles.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, we're sitting back here, man. We're laughing at practice days. Wednesday night, Trey and Jimmy came out there, and all the wide receivers just had a field day on them in front of all them cameras. And they said today, y'all, okay. And they came back today, revenge was the name of the game. And that, because Jason Verrett, remember I think this is the first day, somebody said, yeah, Kevin White worked a show on Jason Verrett.
Yeah, I want to get a large fry. Anything else? No.
That's it?
Hey, can you hear me?
Is all you're having is fries for dinner?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I do from McDonald's.
Ooh, they do still have the world's most best fries, don't they?
Yeah, man, I love that. I love that fries, man. But that's all I can eat from McDonald's. I can eat burgers from Burger King, but I can do McDonald's.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I can do for McDonald's.
yeah.
But I'm happy. I'm happy to be talking to you, Ronbo.
Yeah, Charles. It's that time of year we go start looking at people. The
Yeah.
workouts are just always fun stuff. But Charles, what do you make of today's workout? Because we're watching. There's going to be this back and forth going on. I suspect, like usual. I don't remember any year yet when the defense did one day, the offense did another day. I'm trying to remember any day that they had a equal that they could say, well, pretty much even up out there today. I can't remember the last time I heard that. So.
Well, what were the highlights for today? I haven't seen any of the news. I'm just getting off of work.
Offensively, the only highlight was pretty much T. Lance got a couple of shots off that didn't get picked off because Jason Verrett was out there saying, and Lance got that on Ambry. Verrett said, "Look, y'all had a day yesterday, but ain't gonna be none of that today. And for the rest of the week, I'm in charge out here, right?" So Verrett just snatching everything, And
Yeah.
and the frontline defense got busy today too, unlike they did yesterday. They didn't do much yesterday, but it was that kind of workout where they had their way with the offense pretty much. I mean, they stopped Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo. I said,
Yeah.
what? Whoa.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm. Well, I mean, we'll see what the pads come on.
Yeah, that's the serious part of it. When they put on the pads,
So
then you'll know for real what's going on.
yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited that Sanu is
Yeah.
getting the attention. I'm sure I'm glad that he's becoming the leader that he is,
Mm.
and I'm glad he came in better shape because we needed a third wide receiver that that is has a really good name and has a really good work ethic and is proven like our starter. So I'm really excited about that.
And the thing is, with you figure Jalen Hurd is going to compete. I'm not sure. We don't know what Hurd's bringing to the table. Sanu is smoking hot right now. I'm wondering.
Well,
That's what
well
we're
we
gonna find
know
out about that
well we
later.
know what he's bringing. He's got height. He's got determination. He's got height. He's got determination. He's got a will to want to prove himself. I'm telling you, he's gonna be. I can't wait to see him in the preseason. You
Mm.
know, that I can't wait till he step on the field. Man, I'm be so excited. It's been 2 years, and I believe he's gonna light it up. He's gonna light it. He's gonna be our X factor on offense.
Mm. You
Because
know
it's
what?
one thing.
Preseason.
It's one thing.
Would you play him much in preseason? No, you can't be. You got to
Yeah,
let him play because there's nothing you can do. This is football. They got to go out there and they got to do it. But oh
yeah,
man, I'd be worried because I want him out there this
yeah.
year.
But look, you got a 6'5" slot person.
You got to have
He's
him.
in the slot, and then you got Kittles who's 6'4". He's in the slot. You got Debo. So this guy. You don't know how fast he is. He's probably faster than he was beforehand. He's tougher. He's probably rock solid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, he's got an edge to him because he's got an edge to him because everybody's looking down on him. 2 years he's been displaced from the league. I'm telling you, it's gonna be
He's got to be ready.
he's
He's got
got
to
a
be
point.
chomping at the
Oh
bit.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
trying to prove himself, and so
You hear
he's
George
probably
Kittle talking
scared.
about him yesterday in that press conference? That was George is
What did he
giving him
say?
high praises because somebody said Lance may. Heard maybe thinking about coming on and playing tight end spot too. Can you see Lance? I get like Trey. I get Dre. I get these names. Hurd and Kittle on the field at the same time.
Yeah, but I think,
Ooh.
but what if Hurd is fast enough to play on the outside?
You do it.
What
Uh,
if what if what
like
if
you're
Hurd
saying,
has a what if
6'4", 6'5", Kittle,
what
Hurd.
what what if his 40 is a what if he runs a 4.40 now
You know,
and he can play on the outside? See that that's
Hurd
that's
Hurd runs a
that's
4.5
gonna be
minimum, as I remember. I remember 4.4, 4.5. He's pretty quick from what I
yeah.
read his
And
bio
he's
a
and
long
he's
time.
really and he's really tough. So he was tough in college. I know he's tough. He's tough now, and so he's gonna be a dog. I can't wait to see him. And I think this year he's gonna stay healthy, and it's gonna be he's gonna be awesome. So it's man, the wide receivers that we have uh, that on our roster, I think it's gonna be awesome. I think our weakest position is not wide receiver. Our weakest position is cornerback. I believe that
Yeah, yeah. It's even because you don't
because
know
we got
after
because we
Mosley and Verrett what's going to happen.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know. So I don't understand why we don't just you know get another veteran
they're
that's
looking at him
that's
now.
young.
You know, Kirkpatrick came in today to get a look.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I saw something on him, but
yeah.
they didn't say that he was being. But yeah, they need to sign him because we need somebody to size up DK Metcalf. Who
I
gonna
know.
size up DK Metcalf? All the starters are 5'10" and 5'11".
Well,
Who's gonna size up?
Am, Ambry's 6 foot, but you know, Ambry's got a Ambry missed all last year because of he optioned out. But you know, I don't know. Damn, because Keller did a good job on DK last year.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, it's a scary question, and I don't want to see Verrett dealing with. Although the funny thing about Verrett is he
No,
did beef up. Uh, if he can stop D Hop, he sure as hell should be able to stop DK. So I don't know. Although
no. But
D
DK is
Hop
the
is more
difference.
finesse,
D,
and DK is more
DK
physical.
is DK is To on steroids.
That's a good way to put it too.
Yeah.
God.
So I don't want to see Verrett on him. I want bring in Kirkpatrick, sign him. If he's not in shape, get him in shape. Take him through some cornerback drills and keep him on the roster until we play the Seahawks. That's what we need. We need somebody with size, with experience to go
Hmm.
against DK Metcalf. If we're not going to re-sign Richard Sherman, you know.
You, you know what? I'm reading. Oh, you know what? Uh, Jalen Hurd has been clocked at 4.37.
4-3-7 win.
So Jalen Hurd, Tennessee, like Fournette, Hurd's massive frame it goes on 6'3", 220 pounds. There aren't a lot of running backs built like Hurd. There are many that run like him. There's not many that run like him. Before enrolling in Tennessee, he reported clocked a 4.37 40-yard. Hey, before he was in Texas before he was at Tennessee, wasn't he?
No, he was in
Which one? He was
Tennessee,
Tennessee
and then he
first. Then he went
and
to
then he went to
Texas.
Baylor.
Baylor. He's
He
got
was in Tennessee,
speed.
then he went to Baylor.
Yeah.
He was a
I
running
don't know if
back
the
at
damage has hurt
Tennessee.
his. Yeah, I don't know if the damage. That means he's a 4.4 minimum, it sounds like.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, you talk about a deep threat. Ooh,
yeah,
with his
yeah. If
size,
we, I'm
if
telling
he
you,
can get
if we,
downfield, uh oh.
yeah. And then the thing about him is that he's 6'5", and if the ball comes up short, he's got long arms. He can
He can
reach
still
and
make
grab
that
the
play.
ball.
Yep.
Oh yeah. See, that's
And,
that's why I want Jennings. That's why I want Jennings
mm,
uh, on the 53-man roster, and I want Hurd on the 53-man roster because both of them they have the same mentality.
yeah, run
You know what I'm
through
saying?
people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Charles.
Especially Jennings. Jennings is a dog.
Yeah, I know. Boy. Fam, we're gonna go, Charles. Good to hear from you. I'll be back tomorrow though, after the workout, and see what's going on. All right, looking for you.
All right, well I'm down in tomorrow.
All right, fam. Enjoy them fries.
All right, love you, Rumbo.
Love you back, fam. Good night.
All right, bye.
There goes Charles. Hey, and Twisted Eva. I'm not talking to you in a long time. Thanks for that contribution, fam. Oh God, it's a TNT. Nice and a sidekick, Daisy. Nice.
Can you smell what the Niners are cooking?
You know, I gotta tell you, Denise, I got such a kick out of you and Trey that exchange today because Trey just came out and I haven't seen Trey in weeks, and and Trey was still looking for you in the chat, man. The chat's kind of quiet today. it's dominated mostly about the Jimmy haters, but the regular Raider guys and those other guys are not here today. Even the Seahawks reign. I love
Oh,
it.
they took the well, they took the day off.
So far. It's funny. Maybe they don't know where. Shh. Don't even Rudy's not running around. Denise, Rudy needs to be quiet anyway. Him and Don Burr, they've got nothing to talk about. It's not like they look like they're going to dominate anything. It's crazy.
Ronbo, but you know what's so funny? Like, we literally, the media has us, I'm so shocked that the media literally has us coming in last. We're even below the Cardinals.
Oh, now we're below the Cardinals?
I'm like,
But
really?
it depends on which media house you're listening to, though. They're all sort of like don't know what to say about the 49ers. CBS does not have anything good to say. ESPN ranked us pretty good. NFL Network said something different. They're all saying something. When you get to that unanimous one, then that's just vicious.
I'm like, the highest I've seen us is third. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess because we had so many injuries last year, but, you know.
If they're going by last year, yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If they're going by last year, I guess I can see it because, you know, of what happened. But, like, come on, man. Like, really? Like,
Well, Cynthia
we'll see.
Freeland has them
I have a question.
winning the division and big chance of making them to the NFC playoffs. So it depends on who you talk to, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What about what is everyone? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but whatever. What about Sherm? Like, should we bring Sherm back? Like, I'm a little nervous about our secondary. Like,
everybody
shit, I don't want to play I don't want to play Jason Verrett at all in preseason. I'm like, you keep your ass on the bench, buddy.
Oh, you know,
If
Sherm
he
is.
could get hurt in preseason and be out for the rest of the year.
Oh, don't even say that. Sherm is like, man, Sherm's dealing with whatever issues he's had. I think his head's going to take a little while to clear. I don't know. You think Sherm would be fully focused if he came out and played with us right now?
I don't know. That's why I asked. It's not me saying like, oh, I think that's what we should do. I was just throwing it out there. Like, you know what I mean? I know he's dealing with a lot, so maybe he's not a good option, you know, but I'm just saying like he knows the system, you know what I mean?
He hit
And
the
like,
ground
I
running.
think him and D'Amico Ryan get along. Yeah, can get along. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I think he'd get along. He would come segueing in like nothing ever happened. Like it'd be the same as it was when he left. No difference because he hasn't played with anybody
and I
else.
know, like, I know everyone says he's lost a step, which I agree 100%. He has lost a step, but he's still really intelligent, and he knows the system. And if we're bringing guys in from other teams, like, I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, and you're not alone. A lot of people are concerned about that because the first thing everybody says is, if we lose Verrett, we're in trouble. I know. Okay, but we're not going to lose Verrett. I keep saying it. We're not going to lose him. Oh!
Right? I was like, no, we're not. Yeah, and not only that, but like, if it was me, and I hope Kyle does this, I would not play any of our core players during preseason. I would sit all of them.
You heard Kyle talk
I
the other
would
day,
sit
though.
all of our core.
Kyle wants everybody to get out there. As he put it, you know, I want to see those guys get out there. You got a little rub, you know, develop that callus. Callus. Uh-oh.
You know what, Kyle? Sorry, I'm your biggest fan, and I disagree. It's like we do not need our players getting hurt in a preseason game. Let's call a spade a spade. We do not need that.
They won't play much in a preseason game, though. And they never do. Starters come out and play a series or so. On offense, they don't play much at all. On defense, they play a little bit more. But Kyle sits people down because they want to look at the people they're looking at to keep or get rid of anyway.
Well, that's exactly my point, though. You need to play the players you're not sure about. I mean, let's be honest. You know, is Nick Bosa going to make the team? I'm pretty sure he is.
Obviously.
Like, he doesn't need to be in a preseason game. Come on. Like, he's going to make the team.
I mean,
like, no question.
And if I'm Jed and he does send Nick out there and Nick gets hurt, I'm wherever I am, if I'm not in the stadium, I'm driving to the stadium at 100 miles an hour just so I can get my hands on whoever sent Nick into the game. No, Kyle, because Kyle's in charge. You know, because
right.
Kyle, he just got out of the situation you got him into now. Have you lost your mind? Go nuts. It won't help any, but you'll feel
Right.
better screaming.
Well, and I have a clarification, and Ronbo, I need your support because I know you know this to be true.
Right.
Someone in the chat the other night said that Denise, said that 2 months ago or whatever, I said Kyle Shanahan should be fired or on the hot seat. Have you ever heard me say that?
Whoever said that is smoking a very low grade of drugs, because if anybody supports Kyle Shanahan, and I mean anybody can match Denise's support, that's got to be at least 3 freight cars. Denise has never, ever suggested that Kyle Shanahan. I think, you know what? So the people that talk a lot of trash, I see it, I get over it almost immediately because, that's what some people do. I think I saw that remark, though. I didn't take it real seriously. I do remember something weird.
Because I'm like, no, you must be thinking of somebody else because if anything, I get hate for liking him too much. Like, like you said, if anyone has Kyle's back, it's me.
Yeah.
Because like I said, is Kyle perfect? No. But I have a question for everybody who does hate him. Who are you bringing in to replace him?
Yeah. You and I
I don't
will
know of
always
any
have that.
coaches that,
Yeah, I agree.
that are better than him right now that are on the market.
That's the bottom line. If you're not bringing in Belichick or somebody like that, I put Kyle up there with the upper echelon. Andy Reid is not leaving Kansas City. There's a lot of guys that come out there that can try and will be pissed off by week 3. So no, Kyle's got to stay.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Do any of us want to relive the Jim Tom Sula, Chip Kelly days? Like I said before, I still have nightmares. Shit, I don't want that.
I know.
No, thank you.
God. And every week you knew it was going to be hopeless. There was no chance. That's why I said when both of them were out there, I said, it's funny. I know I want to say we're going to win. I believe we're going to win, but I know we're not going to win. And sure enough, we didn't. God.
Oh, it was horrible. I will never forget when either of those coaches got hired. I literally was like, okay, I'm not saying I'm a genius football person, but really, this is the coach you picked? What?
I had
I was like, oh no.
I know. I was hoping maybe Chip Kelly getting together. He's always wanted Kaepernick, right? So maybe you got Kaepernick. Now, can you make this happen? And actually, they were scoring points. They just couldn't score any points in the second half. You know what's so funny, Denise? Chip and Cap, they have actually been the best red zone combo I think we've had since. Kyle does a good job. We do a good job, but Chip and Cap, they were always in their red zone. They were coming in. They never missed. So I give them that, but they couldn't get the ball downfield, and the defense was going to get their butt handed to them on every series. So that was useless.
Yeah, and like you said, it was great that we could score points, but if you can't stop the other team from scoring points,
what is the
doesn't
point?
do you much good.
Yeah, so.
You got to have both.
Oh, God.
And
Anyway.
Ronbo, what about our offense today getting their butt handed to them?
I appreciate it. You know why? This has to happen now. Okay, so now you guys see what happened? You see what you did? You see what you did? This is what training camp's for. This is why overreacting about what happens in practice now is pretty stupid. Anybody that's watching football a long time should realize this is when you work on these things. It doesn't mean this is going to trans into the season, but it was pretty funny to watch today. And the embarrassment, get over it. Kyle's going to look at his guys, say, all right, guys, sit down, turn the lights out. Here's what happened today. See this? All right, I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see that again. Listen, guys, we're here to learn from our mistakes. We're making them now, and we'll get better. So don't worry about it. You're okay. But, Jimmy, no fruit cup for you tonight. This has got to go through this now, right? So.
And I loved what you said, by the way, when you said Jason Verrett was like on a revenge tour. He was like, yeah,
No,
you guys got away with it yesterday,
Yeah, well,
but
not
today, no. I ain't
Let's see what
having
happens
it.
tomorrow. Let's see how manly the testosterone's going to roll with the offense tomorrow. All right, Denise. You and Daisy.
All
We'll
right.
see you tomorrow, okay?
All right. Good night.
All right.
You
Night,
take care.
Denise. You too.
Shout out to you in production, TNT. Shout out to my family. Talk to y'all later.
Thanks, Denise. Have a great night. And it's All-Star Luna says, hey, can I get a birthday song? You always make my birthday feel a little better because I lost my mom on my birthday. Oh, All-Star Luna, I still remember that, man. That's so terribly sad. Hey, mom's still around, though. You know, because I lost my mom a while back, too. And, you know, they never go away, though. I still see her all the time. You'll never forget your mom's face. Since you're born with your mom, you'll never, that connection is for eternity. So, you know, feel good about that. All-Star Luna. Let me get a sip of my juice. Happy, ho, 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 ho. Happy, ha, ha, happy. Happy, not his birthday to All-Star Luna. Happy, not his birthday, All-Star Luna. You know, sometimes you take a note too long, you get dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? That's much better. I got to hit that note. Happy night! It was grand and fashion, brah. All right. I feel like I do after I get through doing wind sprints. I love that. Emilio, Emilio.
What's happening? Well, before we get started, you know how Denise said Tom Sula and Chip Kelly was the worst coach? That was not the worst coach. We've had worse.
Yeah, we go back down through the years. Yeah, we've had some winners, boy. But Tom Sula
the
is
worst
definitely,
one. No.
boy.
Well, like you said, at least it put up points. But no, the worst one, and I mean the worst one, destroyed. The reason we lost to Garcia was no more. It was Dennis Erickson. You've been at the night that long.
Dennis.
He was the worst. Dennis Erickson was the worst coach ever. Top bottom line. That guy literally got rid of T.O. and Garcia went somewhere else. Well, T.O. went somewhere to the same thing. That was horrible. That was the worst team ever.
And I mean, you know what?
That was back in 03, 02, 03.
Yeah, because you know, if you're a coach, I need to get a coach that knows how to communicate and get along with the players. Don't come in here starting, you know, because everybody says the player needs discipline. No, he needs for you to develop a relationship that you guys can get along. It's not all that fighting.
Yeah.
Trent Baalke knows nothing about that either. He's the worst.
He was just trying to install old ways into the Noah era at the time. I said, his methods were way too old for what the Niners were trying to do at that time.
That's why I like Kyle, because Kyle, that's a player's coach. I mean, the dude wears player fashion. I mean, he likes Lil Wayne. Come on, man. How many coaches like Lil Wayne? You know, Kyle kills me. Kyle's just a pale black man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but then all the players can like relate to him real easy. So, you know, that's what you need these days. You need a coach that can get on a wavelength with the players. Don't be out there, Colonel Beauregard, trying to run no team. Man.
Well, he's not too much older than me. Isn't he like in his early 40s or something?
Yeah, Kyle just made 40, 41, 40, yeah.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, Kyle, he's
early
not 40s for
older.
sure.
Yeah. So he's not that much older than me.
Oh. So Kyle is like the right guy. That's why I don't want to see him get fired. I keep worrying that Jed, I hope he doesn't force to make any decisions, you know, but I don't think so. I don't think Jed would anyway. As long as there's a good reason to keep Kyle, he'll keep him.
Well, he needs to start winning. He needs to get another winning season. The guys have just won.
Because if you're Jed, you don't think about 2020 because that was all just weird, you know. So
Yeah, that's the only 1 year you get to pass on. The mother two, okay, he's building a team. He gets one pass because of COVID, but he needs to start winning. He doesn't get a winning season this year.
yeah,
I'm gonna start questioning him. I'm like, I'm to the point where okay, last year was a fluke because all the injuries. I understand that.
yeah.
This year, we gotta get at least get in the playoffs. At least.
I mean, but
If
who do
you
you
don't do
blame
that,
though?
I'm gonna start questioning.
People have already said it though. Who do you blame though? Say let me knock on wood. Say we have a number of injuries again to the wrong people. Uh, how do you?
He's got to take
When do you blame
He's
it?
got
Is
to
that
take
his?
some responsibility for that.
Yeah,
Some
I
of it is
guess.
because he hired the staff, so that's partially his. Yeah, like I said, I give you one because of COVID and all this, whatever. But 2 years with this, no, that's his fault, man. You hired the staff, you changed it once. Yeah, that's on him now. Like I said, I give you one pass, but two years in a row with injuries, no, that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how everybody else would feel, but with me, it's a problem. 2 years, 2 bad seasons. Like I said, we get to the playoffs. Okay, I give you a shot.
Yeah.
But no, you blow this season.
And the bottom line
Time after
is,
your job.
from what you're saying, somebody's got to be held responsible. That's the point.
Yes, at that
Yeah.
point, yeah. But and the only one that's getting held responsible at this point is him. And I understand some people may not agree with, but you got to think about it. People can keep complaining about Jimmy. 4 years, 4 years, one good season. Okay, Shanahan 5 seasons and one good season. That's the problem. That's a bigger issue than Jimmy. You can replace, it's just, and you can say who you're going to replace Shanahan with. I understand that, but come on.
I mean, have you thought
5
about
years?
that though? Who's coming in to take his job?
No,
though?
I have. Who would take his job? That
who
is
you got?
true. I'm not saying, but it's just, I don't know. But at the same time, it's just, come on, 5 years, one good season. That's not good.
I know.
Who like I said, people complain about Jimmy all the time. Oh, Jimmy only had one good year. Okay, and they want to get rid of him. What about Shanahan? You still got to look at that. Shanahan's been running this whole team. He built this team.
Yep.
Come on now. You can't keep saying Jimmy. What about Shanahan?
Exactly.
So,
you blame the quarterback, and then you blame the coach. That's the way it always works. And then everybody else falls into place
after that. You can't keep blaming one guy. You can't keep blaming one guy. No, come on. And the one guy is enough. You can get rid of Jimmy. And, come on. How many chances are you going to have Shanahan now?
Yeah. Well, he's gonna have. I think he's got everything together this year. I think we're Niners are not gonna. I just look at luck. How bad a luck can we have if we have the same amount of injuries again this year? I just won't believe it. I will not believe it. It cannot happen.
I'm with you. I it shouldn't happen. I don't want it to happen, but like I said, if it does happen, you always got to look at the bad outcome. You look at the good and you look at the bad. You get another one. Yeah, it's not looking good for you.
Yeah. We'll be okay.
But it always happens. But you look at it with what happened with Mike Nolan and what's his name? Michael Strahan. They built the whole team. Not Michael Strahan. I forgot his name. Their old coach.
You weren't talking about Dennis Erickson. Who?
No, Mike Nolan. What was the other guy?
Oh, Mike Nolan.
God, I forgot his name.
McLuhan?
Mike Nolan. What was the other guy's name? The other coach we had. After Mike Nolan, Michael Singletary. There you go, Michael Singletary.
Yeah, I was going to say,
they kind of built the team.
This was before Harbaugh, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about they built the team, and all of a sudden Harbaugh, same team, and they go to the Super Bowl. So you look at it. Shanahan built the team. I know, right? Somebody that takes over, they win. So
see, and Harbaugh didn't build that team.
Too.
It was there. That's why when Rams fans start talking trash, I say the same thing to them. Look, you know what? That team was already, the concrete had been poured. All McVay had to do was come in there and put the furniture in.
Yeah, that was Fisher built that team. It just he couldn't pull it out. That was Fisher. Fisher brought in all those players, but some of those players are gone. You think about it. Golf is gone. Todd Gurley is gone. So you think about it. With us, that team was built. He just inherited the team, was handed over to him, and then Harbaugh did the rest. And
he did a great job too. So we're gonna see what happens next, because man, it's like this is it. And every week we were sitting there grimacing, wondering, oh man, we got to go through. It's gonna really be bad. We get to week 13, we're like 11-2, right? And now all of a sudden, the injury starts, and if we're 11-2, we were probably about to go 14-2 or 15-2. So I said, bad luck can jump on you at any point, but you got to have that luckiness
No, it
all
can't.
the way. God.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like I say, it's football. Sometimes, the teams that you never know are winning, and teams that you didn't expect was going to win, they start winning. So it goes either way. It goes both ways sometimes. Like I said, sometimes the win that you didn't expect to win starts winning. The team you didn't think was going to lose starts losing. So, and all eras come to an end. Not all teams can be superstars. So they have to, every franchise. So they got to suck sometimes.
Find out, fam. All right, Emilio, we gonna go. I tell you what, man, we looking for you tomorrow, and go over practice and see what's happening out there. I love this time of year.
Yeah, it was a couple good things. We didn't get to that, but yeah, it was a couple of things. I'm like, okay, no more. But yeah, we'll talk about it more.
I like the stuff you talked about, though. It's cool. We'll talk because we're gonna be doing these workouts. Gonna be taking on every day. They got them every day between now and the next 2 weeks. So it's no problem.
So yeah, that's a good thing. More progress.
Yes.
He's doing this thing. Well, all right. You have a good night.
You too, Emilio. Hey, see you tomorrow. JJ says, grown-ass men want a birthday request. Come on, man. Don't discourage that. You know how much I enjoy singing. I'm going to do a concert here in the next 6. I'm going to do a concert at the end of the season. Ellis. Ellis. Ellis.
Ronbo.
What's up? Ellis.
What's up, family?
I mean, we're just going over like the practice, man. Because like it's funny. You never can see this coming. You figure maybe Verrett just didn't feel like playing yesterday, or else he's just taking it easy. And then Verrett jumped up today and said, "No, man, I'm gonna tell you what, man. They didn't have no field goal here today." Verrett shut everything down. I mean, and not against our second and third string wide receivers. He took out the top dogs. Ayuk, Debo. I think he had to play on George. I said, what Jason, that's not even your job. What are you doing? So, crazy.
Just like he did last year and got that interception. Cleaning up, some. I think that Jimmy
messed up on that play.
Jimmy missed a play, and Jay, and then Jason came through. So he's that's the thing. It's just the greatest of the greats. They do more than just their assignment. That's what it takes to be, an all-pro and all-around great. You do your assignment and you even clean up other people's mess because you know you can, or because you want to, and you're determined, and you're kind of surveying, even though I know my man's got this guy over here, let me kind of, it's just, those attributes, man, and those, that kind of focus and, just that overall drive, man.
He's a good ball player with great instincts.
He's a damn great ball,
too. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So shout out to JB coming through and, making sure that he lets it be known that he's coming for blood on the league this year. And, thankfully as Niners, we have him on our squad, man.
And that's what everybody's so scared of. Now he's like that dude. You've seen the movies, right? You'll see this big glass case and this very precious stone or something sitting in there, right? You got the criminals outside plotting to get in, like Tom Cruise coming down from a thin wire. Because if you cross into a certain laser zone, it's going to set off the alarm. Yeah, no, that's what we're going to do with Jason Verrett between games. Make him sleep in a glass box with armed guards and electronic weapons surrounding the thing, Come on, man, we can't lose Jason Verrett. God, scary.
Yeah. We definitely got to make sure that, we give him his necessary vet days and, at the end of the day, he wants to play, so he's going to come with it, and hopefully he's able to, just be able to balance that, because sometimes, it could come over you to where it's like, he could totally forget about potential things that could happen, danger-wise, just because he's so ready.
And making a play.
He's so ready. He's like, I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm not, So, but, he's an experienced player. And a smart man, so I think he's gonna make sure he takes care of himself and makes
some
best decisions. But yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
it's honorary.
Yeah, he's in but it's good to see him out there. And also, our biggest concern is Ambry got abused today. Tim Harris got abused today. See, Mosley's on COVID protocol, so this is what got everybody scratching their head. Okay, so if Mosley and Verrett are pretty much all we've really got, Dante Johnson, nobody's waiting for Dante to run out on the field. You look for Ambry to probably improve. As I say, he's got skills. That's what he's known for, and he's a good guy that played man defense. So you figure he's going to come around at some point. Ambry's not going to continue to look bad. The other kid has no speed, but he's aggressive, and maybe this will develop too, though. So, but they're still rookies. They got to go through rookie stuff.
Yeah. Seeming like on the man thing that Diamador is going to have some issues. Maybe he'll play a little bit better in zone. Since he can't stay with the guys. So Jason Verrett, he can play man, he can play zone. Yeah. He's definitely seems like he's ready to go. So once I felt like he was going to need to get quicker. So now it's making sense. Because we don't need flags. That's
I know, right? Please don't do the Dante Johnson.
Are murderous. Are murderous.
Hey,
damn!
isn't he the guy
I'll
that
take the
worked with
offsides
Sherm?
all day. Yeah, that is. That's what I'm saying. I remember when we first talked about that. I was like, well, as long as he's not, as long as he's not getting the handsy Richard Sherman, the handsy Richard Sherman manual, then they'll be okay because that's going to get us in trouble.
Sherm knows a lot of things, though. That guy knows angles, and what Sherm had develops.
Yeah.
You got to read the defense.
He's a very cerebral player. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Sherm knows where the ball is going before it gets there. That's why he had an advantage, and that's sort of slowed down the last couple of years. I don't know how Sammy Watkins could not have pulled that play on Sherm 5 years ago. So time does do things to that kind of a player. So we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to. I've been juggling my squad, so I didn't get a chance to see all of the videos. I usually would have been able to see or hear at least about what things were looking like today. But it seems like the guys are everybody's just feeling good, feeling great.
Yeah.
And
no injuries. That was the best thing.
Damn! If only we can say this going into
week one.
If we can go into week one like this, then I'm a happy camper. Right now, I'm just kind of like, come on, let's get it going. And let's keep the fingers crossed because we got D back out there. We got guys coming back off some major injuries, and we've had a lot of question marks these past 2 seasons for sure. And we got Jalen and. It's just we want these guys to come out and be able to really perform and live up to their full potential, man.
Ellis, what I would do though is like Bill Walsh used to do, and maybe Seifert to some degree too, because like Eric Davis was telling me about that. They would let you know, don't you put your hands on this and this person and this person, and I was told don't touch Jerry Rice. Really? Yeah. What you think? I said, you know what? I didn't think about that. You guys had to back up off these guys in practice? Hell yeah. I should have known.
Yeah.
So those are the things I want him to say about Debo, George, Ayuk. Don't touch them. And the next time, and somebody said, what's his name got blasted? Elijah, Mitchell? Man, Marcel lit him up coming through the. hey, Marcel! Let me holler at you, man. Get up. Give me a minute. Come on, man. Ain't nobody got no pads, though, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So, you got to remind people.
He's trying to come. Yeah, well, as long as he's doing that when the season comes, just kind of take it light on our guys. I missed that Dante Hittner kind of energy, and Marcel Harris kind of, he not Dante Hittner, but he's got that, he's got that hit stick to him, Yeah, he's got that hit stick though. Yeah, he's trying to put you down. I love it.
Wait, he's on our team. We're practicing here. This is not. Nobody got no pads on either. Easy. Make the play. Make the.
Elijah gonna get him back.
Yeah, I know, right?
Elijah's gonna get him back. He's gonna get him back. That boy ain't no light. You know, he ain't no sucker right there. That's a top notch player. So
I mean,
I'm
that
glad
year
we
that
got him.
Carlos Hyde got lit up like that. I forgot who that lit him up. He was a rookie. And Carlos, then Carlos light him up a few minutes later. So,
Yeah.
When you're a rookie,
Man, I had to do it before too. I had to do it before too. The week of game day week, you know, we were doing 7-on-7s and just scout team offers just real quick. And when our linebackers came and hit me and messed up my thumb, you know, the day before the game, and so I got so pissed off. The next play, I dropped back and I threw my pass and I came and I laid him down, you know, straight in his chest. That was one of our linebackers, and he got mad. But I'm like, hey, I'm returning the favor. I'm your starting quarterback, so you know, don't forget that.
Coach
and I hit hard.
Too. Hey, that's good stuff, man. We got to go, fam. I'm going to be back tomorrow after practice, though, and we'll go over this stuff.
Yes, sir, brother Ronbo. And you forgot to ask about the squad, man, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on for you.
I'm going to write that down so I don't never do it again. We got to write that down, production. Remember,
don't worry about
Ellis
that.
and the squad. We changed your name to Ellis and the squad. Yeah, let me have that. Come on, y'all. Let me have that. Love it.
Okay, y'all, come in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fam.
I love
Shout out to the whole family, man. Hit that like, subscribe, man. Shout out to production, everybody, man. Niner for life. Peace and love.
Go. Ellis, have a great night, fam.
Sure.
Oh, I love it. There goes Ellis, one of the coolest dads on the planet. And Clarence Molina, thanks, Clarence. It's just turned on Ronbo's show. Heard Kyle is a pale black man. Because, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the last white guy that said he likes Lil Wayne. I'm not crazy about Lil Wayne. You know, he said almost crashed. He does have the pulse of his players and coaches and management ownership. No, Kyle is super cool, you know. So, and guys, the players on his team will run through brick walls for Kyle. You notice they always bust ass? Always. You rarely see anybody out there lagging playing for Kyle. Hey, Steven! Steven. Hey, go to area code 618. Hello.
Ronbo.
Hey, what is your name? Sound quality.
Hello?
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah. What? Hello? Oh, is that
Sorry about
okay?
that. Sorry
Wait
about
a
that,
minute.
Ronbo. It's me, Steven.
Oh, okay, we got Steven. Okay, 618, hold on. Steven, come on in, man. I gave you a shout out earlier.
That's my bad. Oh, you did?
Yeah,
man, I must have missed it. I was traveling back to Sacramento. What's going on?
Okay. No, we were talking about, and Steven's favorite QB got in, and he's playing on the third team now. So you know what? Sutfeld is on his way out, I would imagine. I think they're going to pretty soon. If you see Rosen start to take that third team snaps all the time, moving on, that means Sutfeld is definitely done.
Yeah, that's what I can assume. Because I always thought, like, okay, Sudfeld's there as reassurance just in case Josh Rosen gets hurt. But that was like towards the end of the season. Mm-hmm. But now that they kept him for training camp, I feel like it was just for practice. Like, let's try these routes with these players with this QB because, you know, Jimmy G and Trey Lance can only throw so many times.
And they only should. Yeah, don't wear them out. Yeah. So, yeah.
Right now, the one I'm anticipating the most, Ramo, believe it or not, the few players that I'm anticipating a lot is I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not gonna rush Rosen. I don't see him starting before Lance or Jimmy in the moment. But Ufunga, Casey, and what was it? Aaron Banks. Those are the guys I want to see really pop off this season. Now, as for veterans, I want to say obviously Jason Verrett. Got to see him do good.
He had a great day today.
Ward,
oh God, did he have a good day?
That's what I heard. He had a really good day today. I want Ward to do good, and I want what was it? What's his name? God damn it!
What position?
I don't remember his name. Oh, Eric Armstead.
Yeah. He's from Sacramento. You should say the guy from Sacramento. Everybody knows Eric is like Mr. Community.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
That's the man I need to see like put out. Now I heard Nick Bosa did well. I don't know if that's true or not. I was at work most of the day, so I couldn't really keep up with.
No, Nick's not participating on any highly populated drill. He's still doing individual drills, but he's doing okay though. He's okay.
Yeah, I also heard he looks really lean.
Who's what?
He looks leaner than he did Buck.
Oh yeah. You got to have Denise describe Nick. I mean, Adonis looks bad next to Nick. The dude is huge and chiseled. He's cut up. I understand his calves are like something should be photographed. So, Nick's been getting in shape. So.
Well, here's the thing. All the Bosas, including their father, are all really good in shape.
Yeah.
Including his father, who is, I think like 59, almost 60?
Gotta be. Because, you got two kids that are in their 20s. Yeah, so he's got to be up there. The thing is, he was also I think his dad was a first-round pick, too.
Yep, and he played on the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right? I think.
Dolphins.
No, I don't think he made it pro. Did he?
Dolphins.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
But, yeah, so the Bosas, what we were saying, Nick has no business not being in great shape because you come from privilege. Anything he needs back in Miami, he can get. Your dad, I think, Dad may have been a Pro Bowler. You got Joey, your brother's a Pro Bowler. So Nick, he can't help. I wish the Bosa should have had one more kid. Cheryl Bosa probably says, okay, listen, you walk around for 9 months with babies, and then you talk to me about having a third child. No, I mean, Cheryl, you do wonderful things with babies, okay? We just want one more.
Just one more. Give us one more. Pop out one more. That's all I'm asking. The Bosas are a crazy family, Ronbo.
They are.
They're just a crazy genetic freak of a family. I love them.
So
I hate that they would be on anyone else's side, but I love when they're on our side.
Oh, I know. Even when Joey got drafted, remember that year when Joey got drafted? It was like I was torn between Joey and DeForest Buckner, right? I said, you know what? There's no chance we're going to get Joey Bosa. But, man, if we can't get Joey Bosa, please, can we please get DeForest Buckner? I was on the DeForest Buckner train weeks before because I knew we were going to get Joey. Joey, of course, went did he go? He number 2. They got. Hey, did Joey go number 1?
You and I part ways on that one. I wanted Bosa. I wanted Joey bad.
Oh, I did too. But I think he went number 2 because didn't they get wasn't a quarterback the first round pick that year, or was it Joey?
Yeah. No, it was. I think it was a quarterback that first round that year. I remember that. I think it was a QB.
Yeah. So here comes Joey at number 2. And I said, no, I wanted Joey. I just knew there's no chance we were going to get him because we were too low down in the draft.
Yeah. Story of our life, though, isn't it? We do bad enough to end up we do bad enough to screw ourselves over in the draft. Story of the 49ers.
But we did good with Nick, though. I mean, and I don't know how we got away with that.
We did good with Nick.
And we won games.
I don't know how we got away with Kittle. That's what I want to know. How did we get away with Kittle?
No, you know what? There should be some teams around the league that fired their scouts. I would, because if I'm sitting up really high in the draft and I look the 49ers got George Kittle, I asked my people, you didn't see him? Who? George Kittle. Well, we saw him, but, he wasn't doing anything at Iowa. I mean, he was a blocking tight end. You know what? Pick up your papers and get the hell out of my, because I'd say, you guys, I pay you guys to be observant and sharp. George Kittle's one of the best tight ends I've ever seen. So you guys didn't know?
Yeah, you get paid the big bucks. You get paid the big bucks to pick the best players, and you couldn't pick the best players.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what scouts get paid, but I imagine they get paid pretty well because they're on the road all year long. That's asking a lot of them, man, to be on the road all year long. And, so they can be paid pretty well. So he's got to make better decisions. Let's see what happens with what's his name over in Atlanta, though. I'm still wondering, is that really a generational freak?
He is.
Pitts. Yeah.
That's another one I'm looking forward to because, man, there's so many good players that got drafted. I'm telling you, this has to be the best draft the NFL has had in decades, Ronbo.
We'll see.
Decades.
Because, you never know about a draft until years later, so we're going to find out. Man,
That's
but
true.
you're right.
I want to see how the 49ers are going to stack up against the Cardinals. Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm amped up for our first home game being Green Bay. Because I would love to see how that's going to go down. Oh, man, Ronbo.
Aaron Rodgers,
Oh, no.
he went and got Randall Cobb as if that's going to help him. I can't wait for that game,
I can't wait either. I can't
Rodgers-
wait. Are we going to run right through them, or are we going to go over them?
Well, the thing is, I'm not worried about the offense as much as I am Rodgers. If Rodgers is laying in the dirt all afternoon again, I'm going to lose my mind laughing because Aaron's probably said, you know what? Why do we even come here? I could stay home if we're going to do this and save some lumps. You guys, we're going to lose this game anyway. So let's just, let me out
Why
of
you
this.
put me out there? Put Love in here. You guys got Love, right, to replace me. Use
Yeah.
it.
Give
Leave
Love
me
some
alone.
burn. Let him get beat up. Because Aaron Rodgers is getting really weird these days. I can see him doing that.
He is. You get more
Anyway,
Oh, man. And,
see, we got to go. Let's see you tomorrow, okay?
all right, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Ronbo.
Looking forward.
Take care. Good night.
Night. Yeah, between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady doing all these comical videos. Hey, 618.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, and what is your name?
It's Edmund, man. I think I started following you a couple days ago, man. Long time 49er fan.
Oh, cool, Edmund. How you doing, man? Everything all right? Appreciate you.
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Thank you. Thank you. This is my first time watching/listening to your show. I like it.
Oh, thanks. Delighted.
Yeah.
And we do this. We do things like we go over things that go on in practice and games and stuff like that, and drafts, picks, and we just go crazy all the time. Break out howling and screaming. It gets crazy. Yeah, but you've been on a chat yet? The chat is a whole nother. That's a whole nother program.
I'm looking at it, man. They going wild.
And we got the resident Raider fans. Edmund, why would a Raider fan be in here talking trash? Or what have they done to warrant? What license? Where do they get? How do they get to talk trash? I don't get it.
So the last time the Raiders were up consistently was the Rich Gannon days, and we were down.
There's some people that weren't even born when Rich Gannon was out there running
exactly.
things.
Social media wasn't here, right? Dating apps weren't here. It was a long time ago, right? So,
and then they went and got Gruden and gave him a 10-year contract.
Bruh, Gruden was the coach the first time. Now he's the coach again.
Gave him 10 years. 10 years. What kind of damn fool gives somebody a contract? I don't care if his name is Gruden. 10 years? Why don't you give him a 3 or 4 year contract and then extend upon that? 10 years.
Bruh, the biggest fleece in NFL history, okay?
Couldn't
he got them to believe that he could coach based on Monday Night Football. Come on, man. In fact, if you look at Gruden's record after he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay, it is, and don't quote me on this, but it's something like 46 and 58. It's not even close to 500. And they gave him the deal like, this is the guy. He's gonna be the GM and the coach, and he's great at picking players. And it's like, bro, what?
And then it's got poor Mike Mayock. Mayock is sitting back there being a yes man. He's not because Evan, if you got Josh Allen on the board, it's the draft day. I got Josh Allen right there in front of me, and the Raiders select Cleveland Farrell out of Clemson. I lost my mind laughing. Tears was rolling down my eyes. I said, "Go Raiders!"
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I was high on Josh Allen even when everybody was low on him. Like his first 2 years, all everybody saw was, he got, his max was 20 touchdowns. But
No.
if you look at year
Edmund, I'm talking about
Go ahead,
Josh Allen over in Tampa Bay. I mean in Jacksonville, the edge rusher.
Oh, that Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh Allen over in Buffalo. Ain't nobody saying that bad about him.
Okay.
But Josh Allen, edge rusher, it was a coin toss between him and Nick. I said Nick because Nick's crazy.
Right.
It's between those two. But yeah, Josh Allen's fine. But yeah.
I mean, that's what, but you know what? The Raiders, the Jaguars, like all these organizations, this is why they're bad. Because they do things like this consistently. They just miss. Right? Like, every time you look back at the draft, you're like, man, they missed that guy, and they missed that guy, and they missed that. Oh, that guy was taken after their pick. You're like, what?
Watch Arden Key come over and light things up. If that happens, and Raider Carlos and Tommy, Larry Hoover and all these guys are coming here talking major trash. And Raiders used to dominate in here a long time ago. It's come down to a few people now. So, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It is.
Evan, what do you think about today's workout? I mean, we saw Jason Verrett came out there and demonstrated. Y'all gonna know why I'm gonna get paid next year. Because he bet on himself this year and did not get paid. And the 49ers probably offered him something. Jason said, no, keep your money. I need another year to show how much money I'm really worth, which is really, you gamble on yourself.
He's betting on himself, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Like I respect that. Like I was a fan of him. I know, he was hurt and stuff, and I'm glad he came back healthy finally. I don't worry about him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if Verrett was healthy and nothing was going on, I was still worried about Verrett. I mean, Mosley. I'm still worried about that second corner spot. The third corner spot you don't worry about either with K1, right? I mean, he's fine, right?
That's locked up. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But it's that second corner spot that I don't feel great about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I'm a realist. We're not going to have stars at every position. Okay, every team has weakness.
Agreed.
So if you say the second corner spot is one of the few things we got to worry about on defense, okay, because that means defensive line, linebackers, and the rest of it is good. I could deal with that. We can scheme around that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just wait and see. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. It's only day 2, 7-on-7, right? No pads yet, Which, by the way, shout out to all the Trey Lance fans praising them with no pads. Come on now, relax, y'all, relax.
In fact, this is the time of year you need to just enjoy, make a laugh, but don't take it to heart. Some people take it deep down.
Yeah.
And here's the thing,
exactly.
You mentioned Mosley. You're right, because Mosley is that other guy. Verrett's going to be capable of. Ambry is right now looking like, uh-oh. That's all you can say right now. Ambry Thomas.
Right.
They said he might have been a first-round pick last year. He's not opted out. So the 49ers are probably going on the strength of that. I'm not sure. Ambry's going to have to show us something soon here. We're going to start, all of us are really going to get into Anxietyville.
Right. Not just Shanahan and Lynch. All of us as fans, we're gonna be like, oh God. We flashbacks to the Miami Dolphins game from last year.
Oh, please.
When they were like, you know what?
Oh no.
Let's not throw at Verrett. Let's throw at the other guy all day long.
What was his name? I forgot it. I intentionally forgot his name because I couldn't.
I know. Me too.
Oh God.
I felt so bad for him, bro. I mean, he got it was awful. I felt bad for him, but it was one of those games that you just
can't get over it.
It's hard to get a job when you put that game on tape.
Edmund, I blame also.
What's up, man?
There was other people I blame too. I said, Robert Sella, here comes Akello Witherspoon a few minutes later. Spoon was supposed to be injured, hurt, or something was wrong with him that day. Spoon got mad. He comes over and tells Coach, I think I'm feeling okay now. Akello, all of a sudden you feel okay. We're down 21 points.
Right.
God, what was that?
Oh man, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a big blame the coach guy. I know, like fans are funny because fans, when you put up 50 points, they praise the players.
when the team scores 20 points, they blame the coaches, right? So there has to be a healthy balance there, right? So, but that game, I blame Saleh, because if you know you have that much of a liability, and Miami was intentional, right? They kept putting their number one receiver on that side. They were like,
quarterback didn't even fake.
This is who we want to go after.
Fitz, he didn't even fake it. But go route. I'm going to throw it. There's nothing he can do about it.
Exact Parker, that's the receiver. I couldn't think of his name, but Parker. Oh, man, it was bad. I was like, Saleh. I mean, you could play, if you want to play cover 3, play cover 3, but at least make the safety shade to the weak side. Come on, man.
And better than that, Edmund, I just would have told my safety, whoever it was Jimmy, whoever, look, don't worry about anything. Cover him. When he comes running down the field with that receiver, you get in lockstep with both of them, okay? Just don't leave them. God, that was bad.
Exactly. Yeah, it was awful.
I mean, great to meet you. I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to see what happens with the workout. And looking forward to hearing from you.
For sure. Appreciate it, Ronbo.
Thanks, Edmund. All right, fam. Have a great night. And there's Drew Kirk. Drew.
Hey, man. What's up, dude?
Drew, I was like watching the press conference yesterday. I got a kick out of you and your observations. You were like setting. I seen on the comments. You were like setting on waiting for Grant Cohn to ask a question. I said,
"Oh no, I was hoping the opposite."
He's the only guy who writes his name like that, and he's just waiting for Grant to say something. He's already got Grant pegged out before he even says anything. I kept watching you the whole way.
And then the Niners.
Hilarious.
Niners media shut him down and didn't even give him a question. Oh well, I don't know. He likes to troll people, so he needs a dose of his own medicine.
But sometimes. What would our world be without Grant? Grant is good for what he does. He brings this element that it gets people all pumped up, your blood pumped. He's got the people that like him. There's no middle ground with Grant. I like Grant for what he does, but he's got that other group that really don't like him. And Kyle Shanahan's in that group, I'm pretty sure, because Grant said something to him a couple of years ago that I really think he pissed him off. And their relationship has been a little weird. Every now and then you see Kyle throw a dig back at him, and very, very subtly throw a dig at him, but he'll answer the question. And I was like, Kyle, that was...
Yeah, he used to have a little bit more of he was a little bit more unfiltered, and I think that now he's kind of reeled it back in, and they're starting to call on him a little bit more, but I laugh when they don't.
But Drew, how about today's workout? And what were your assessments of what went on out there? And like Edmund just says, we probably need to not make deep assessments, but some people do. But what did you think?
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I don't put a whole lot of stock in the training camp. To be honest, it's the guys sharpening iron. It's one-on-ones. There's a lot of different individual drills. They do the 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, but these guys know each other so well already. We've had the same team for 4 years, so you're not going to get a whole lot of depth there, I don't think, with you analyzing things too much. Like if Jimmy G throws a touch or throws 5 touchdowns in a day, people are going to overreact. If he throws 5 interceptions in a day, people are going to overreact. And vice versa with Trey Lance. If he throws 10 touchdowns in a day, he's better than Mahomes that day. So you can't really.
And like you said, Drew, these
just
guys
to make
know
a point.
each other. Like you said, they've been playing for each other for years. Although it's interesting to see that they still go back and forth like that, but they know each other. There's not a lot of mystery out there,
Yeah. So you really don't start seeing the truth until you get into the preseason games. And I think it was Denise that you're talking to, and she was like, kind of like put everybody on the shelf till week 1. And I was kind of with that for a little bit, but I've kind of reverted back to you have to play football to get better at football. You have to get in football shape to get better at football. You can minimize risks and things like that. And then you were talking about Bill Walsh, saying, don't touch Jerry, don't touch Joe, don't touch these guys.
That's hilarious.
So those are all good points and valid points, but these guys still need, I'm still wondering, and this is a good question, and I don't know if you have heard anything on it, is week 3 used to be the rehearsal game. And now that they have one less preseason game, what are the coaches deciding on that? Like, what game is going to be the rehearsal game, or do they just let their backups play for 3 weeks? This is going to be interesting because it's
good question,
a little
too,
bit unprecedented.
Well, yeah, because they don't have enough time to look at people within 2 games. And if you want to get your starters out there to get them a little burned before a dress rehearsal, that's not going to.
Well, D Ford and Bosa need to get out there. I think. I mean, it's scary. Like you want to put them on the shelf, but they also can't. I think that's what happened last year. Is these guys didn't get enough time in the off season at OTAs, training camp to get into football shape, and the whole team's blown out by week 2.
And Shannon explained that too. Exactly.
Yeah, so I think I think he's right in that sense that you gotta get these guys out there, and every team. There's no team in the history of the NFL that doesn't sustain injuries within a season. It happens. We get pissed off when our fantasy football teams get depleted because
you can hear that yelling more than anything else. Even the reality football.
Yeah.
Fantasy people are screaming. Oh God, he's on my team. Oh, well,
Exactly.
It's
But
football.
it happens to every team. And it's football. Yeah, injuries come with football. I mean, yeah, it seems like, the last couple of years we've been dealing with it more than other teams, specifically last year. But we overcame it in 2019 pretty well, I think. We kind of just rode with it. Yeah. The next guy stepped in, and we had good depth. And I think we have good depth this year. So I don't think that we're going to see a repeat of 2020, but I do think that these guys have to play in the preseason. Some of them. Yeah. I expect Trey Lance to play a ton. He hasn't played football in, 19 months or something like that.
He missed all of last year.
Yeah.
So he definitely needs to get out there and get some stuff. Actually,
so
when you think about the guys that missed, Ambry Thomas needs to get out there. He opted out last year. And then you look at Nick, and Nick's another beast, though. Nick can get out there and get a little bit in. I just want him to get used to some contact. But Nick's going to be Nick. Nick's the kind of guy you could put in a cave for 6 months, and he come out, barely can't see, beard, hairs everywhere.
Yeah,
and he'd still knock the bejesus out of the quarterback. Right? That's just who he is.
Right, yeah. Good luck week 3, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron, he went and got Randall Cobb, and he thinks he made some improvements.
He's over the hill, man. That ship sailed. Oh, well. Maybe they should sign Jordy Nelson and James Jones.
Aaron. Jordy Nelson's working on becoming a tight end. But Aaron asked about Jordy. That was his all-time favorite guy.
Yeah. So, but he's done. Like, he couldn't do anything on the Raiders. I don't know. I think he's done.
I blame some of that on the Raiders. Somebody said
I don't think you can put a whole lot of stock into training camp. I know it's fun to talk about, but, if you're trying to weigh things, like Verrett had a great day today, he might just the day before take a day off again. Who knows? Yeah. And Shanahan even alluded to that in the presser too. He's like, some of these guys, you let them go hard, this day, but then we'll do a lighter day the next day. And so he's not trying to blow guys out. And I think he's making a point to tell people that, because I think everybody's like, oh, it's all Shanahan's fault. But you know who I put more blame on?
Who's that?
I put more blame on the players, the individual players. I heard Will Blackman talk about this, and he was injured like galore the first 4 or 5 years of his season until he started doing things differently. And the main thing that he did differently was let his body heal in the offseason. He didn't go balls to the wall for 3 months. Yeah. So he took some time for himself. He let your body, the human body is not made to play football for 12 months. So he gave his body a break, and he started seeing less injuries. And I think that the players have to be accountable on that, not the coaches, not the trainers.
When to slow it down. You know what? George Kittle, did you see him on that treadmill? At first I thought
oh my God,
they doctored that. George gets hurt every year too. He doesn't stop. He
looked like Ivan Drago on that thing. Training for Rocky.
Good comparison. I got to go back to that clip. I got to go back to Twitter and say and post Ivan Drago next to him. That could be George's new name. George Drago.
Ivan Drago. Yeah, but he gets hurt every year because I don't think he lets his body rest that well. I know he does like yoga and things like that with his wife. And his sister was trying to work with him on that too. Yeah, and his sister, not his wife. Yeah, you're right.
I
don't know.
Yeah, George has got to. He's got a shoulder hanging but he refuses to go get it attended to. He says he's going to wait till he's finished with football. George Kittle is a tough,
He's an
tough
animal.
or insane.
I still can't believe that Saints game. That was just unreal. And Jimmy threw that ball a little low. I was like, it's gonna hit the ground, and he just scooped it up and took off. He was like, not today.
I thought that ball was placed exactly in the right place.
I'm being critical. It was a good pass. It just wasn't work. It could have been up a little.
Because George got that. They were all over his face. I mean, immediately, because they knew the one guy got there. I guess he knew he couldn't handle George by himself. So he said,
I've never seen anything like that. That was like Larry Zonka and Jim Brown combined.
But the stupid thing is when he went for George's face mask, I understand you're trying to stop him until the troops get here. But do you realize that's going to be 15 yards no matter what? So now it's going to be within field goal. I bet you Peyton got pissed.
Oh, yeah, that was the game right there. He's like Robbie Gold. Okay, let's pack it up, boys. That was a lot.
Good stuff, Drew. Oh, I love talking to you, man. I tell you what, I'm going to be back tomorrow. We'll make some more assessments of what's going on out there.
Sure. Yeah. I kind of just check in with you when I see a topic I like. I'm excited about Verrett, so we'll see what happens. But health is his biggest challenge, just like it is with a lot of our star players.
Oh God,
we'll see.
Just about all of them. All right, fam.
Meanwhile, I'll troll Grant Cohn some more.
Yeah, no, I'll be watching that if I can't get in and join you guys.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night, man.
Night, Drew.
All right, see you.
Yeah, you think Mostert, GK, Jimmy, even the Shark, man, honest. Eric Armstead's won a few years, and Jimmy, it's really funny because Ward and Armstead used to be the guys. Right? Every time you look up, they're laid up. Both of them have actually been out there 2 years in a row. Very strange. You got to go the Blackman route. Guys that get hurt all the time. There's more to it than what we're seeing. You got to let that body heal. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, we're just sitting there, man. We're looking at what happened today. We're thinking some people came out today, but you know what really, you expect Jason Verrett to look like Jason Verrett. But what was disturbing is Tim Harris and also Ambry Thomas, who we picked up in the second round. He's got to come on a little better. So it's kind of worrisome in that secondary. You know what, though? In 2019, they said the 49ers' biggest weakness was going to be in their secondary, which turned out to be one of the strongest units we had on the field that day. So we'll see what happens. But did you check out practice today? You got all the reports? What are you thinking?
No, I didn't get none of the reports today. Yeah, I was at work, so I didn't get the chance to check all that out. But just seeing on your thumbnail that Jason Verrett dominated. That sounds very promising, and I hope we can build on that. And I think Emory Thomas. I think he's he didn't play last year. And then got to understand he's young too, so he's got to
just out of school.
So he's got to learn how to be a professional and plus get in the groove because he ain't play football, so you gotta play. You gotta have repetition, But I ain't worried about it. I think we're gonna be good. As long as our D line stay intact, I think we're gonna be all right. They ain't gonna have time to throw the ball anyway. If our D-line,
pressure up front.
Yeah.
That's what always makes for a good secondary.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that helps out a lot. But man, it's just I heard things day one that everybody looked pretty good, especially Trey Lance. So hopefully everything is promising, and we could see what it's like in preseason. I'm ready for preseason to watch, some of our young guys, especially Trey Lance, see what he's working with. I know the defense is going to be vanilla anyway, so he going
he might look really good. He might, lay an egg. I don't know, but I'm just ready for some action. I'm ready for football.
Yes, indeed.
Been ready.
After
And,
since last year, that joke of a season.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It wasn't funny though. Can't call it a joke. It's just a debacle. So it's.
It was.
Couldn't wait for the season to get here.
Everything. Yeah, it was such a mess last year. It really was, and man, I'm surprised anybody was healthy last year compared to what was going on.
Yeah, well, there wasn't.
Not having no preseason, not having no OTAs, not having none of that. So.
And that's really important for rookies. This is their time of year. They got to have this time.
They have to have all the reps. They got to have all the coaching because, people say, college is way different than the NFL. You know what I'm saying? The competition level is just, you can be playing a sorry ass school and and you could blow them out 70-0, but in the pros everybody's good. So you need that training camp, the OTAs, the 2 days, all that stuff. Because man, everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? Cream of the crop.
That's why they're there.
So,
exactly. So
exactly.
You got to make that adjustment now. We'll see what happens next. And that's what makes or breaks. So that's why
do it.
Every year in the draft, every now and then you see a player in the draft, and you know that the NFL is not going to be a problem for him. But then there's that guy who comes out of school. He was like the absolute shiznit, right? And you do question, okay, let's see if that translates to the NFL. And then you find out, I guess not. So, yeah.
Yeah, look at Reggie Bush. Look at all of them. A lot of Heisman Trophy winners came in the pros and they didn't do diddly.
Did you just say something about Kim Kardashian's boyfriend?
Oh, Reggie Bush?
Oh, no. I blame Kim for all his failures. And,
man, yeah, everybody blame the Kardashians. Some going on with the Kardashian where they drive me
Reggie couldn't focus.
Crazy. Right, they can't even focus right, Ronbo. They just, man, I don't know what's in the
Reggie
water.
Had one or two not bad seasons. He's pretty good. He wasn't Heisman good.
He was really good in the return. He was really good on special team as far as returning the ball.
Yeah.
But as a running back, he thought he was at USC and he thought he could just outrun everybody.
I know, right? Remember that year we had him? We had him with Reggie lasted 5 minutes.
He went on the sideline and hurted himself, and it was like, how did you hurt yourself?
He said, Reggie sued. When we played the Rams or the Vikings, Reggie sued whichever field we were on. He sued him for the moisture being on that field over there, and that's what caused him to take his knee out.
Oh, come on, man!
Reggie, man,
football, dude. You play in the element.
And you could have pulled up.
You play in the element.
All the time.
Right.
I think he got paid on that lawsuit, too, buddy.
Did he?
I think so. I think he did.
Man, that's what I'm saying. It's a loophole to everything, Ronbo. You can get away with it. Just about. But it's great.
Anyway, fam, I'm telling you what, I'm gonna see you tomorrow and find out what the 49ers is doing and what they're cooking up next.
Yes, sir, Ronbo.
You in the are you in the chat, Jay?
In the chat? No, I don't do that.
Okay.
No, I called in and talked to Ronbo.
There you go. I just wanted somebody to go in there and B-slap Raider Carlos. But okay, somebody else. Guys,
I would love to do that, though. But.
Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, Jay.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night, bro.
You too, man. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, we're shaking Rumbo.
Casey, man, we're sitting there, man. We're looking at the it's fun to look at practices this time of year because you always get these things that stand out. There's always somebody that, because the beat writers, they create the drama. They go out there and they see what's going on, and then they amplify because they're really good at that. They amplify what was really hot. And today, the flavor of the day is definitely Jason Verrett, right? Verrett was just tough. Oh, so oh man. That was fun.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, Brett was hot, and Trey had a couple outstanding plays today. And Jimmy went for 5 for 11.
What about Jalen?
Jalen Hurd is not playing with anybody yet. Neither is Nick.
Okay.
That's
a secret weapon right there, man.
Yeah, they're keeping those guys out of the way, harm's way right now. Don't put them in anything they don't need to be involved in. So they'll be in probably another couple of weeks, I guess. Get a little contact going.
I guess the less we hear about Jalen right now, the better, huh?
Ain't it the truth? Yeah.
Because that's what Kyle wants, is keep someone like that under wraps, And then don't they still have Jawan Jennings still?
He's on COVID. Poor Jawan. He's on COVID protocol. See, this COVID stuff, it's still bothering us.
That's what I'm really worried about.
Like late in the
quarantine. Season, like late in the season, because I don't really pay attention to that, to be honest,
Well,
I know that, I know that there are a lot of people that do, and
because it's going to affect the game depending on who's sit down.
I'm sorry.
It's going to affect the game depending on who gets thrown out.
That they just start hot,
I
just hope they start hot with. I hope they start hot with the preseason, the first week preseason against the Chiefs. I hope they take that down, and I hope they start hot again like they did in 2019 or whatever it was.
Oh well, they're going to be raging. I don't know. Hopefully they'll win, but this team is ready to go. Oh, they are so ready to go.
Yeah, man. Because like Bosa only played a couple games last season, and he was putting in a lot of work. I remember there was a story about him training at a park, and getting kicked out by park rangers in the off season and stuff.
Really?
Because of the lockdown and stuff. So this guy's been ready to get to war and stuff. And it's 2 years in the making now, pretty much. That Jets game doesn't really,
Oh man,
Cardinals game before that.
That was bad luck to have to play in Jet Stadium anyway, laying down a new surface.
And then you know what I'm really hoping for, Ronbo? I really hope the Browns do well this year, because I think it would be cool to meet the Browns in the NFC Championship, and then it would just be a feast. They'd just slaughter the Browns in the NFC Championship. Get some, let them host it. Get some mud out there and stuff, man.
But the Browns are AFC. But the thing is, the Browns are.
Oh, that's right. What am I saying, Rob?
They've got a.
Well, let's have that as a Super Bowl then, man. That would be better, right?
That would be outstanding.
Better,
Baker Mayfield. You know what? That team has got a good They got a good line, offense and defense. So.
Okay.
They're gonna be tough.
People every year say the Browns are going to do good.
Hey, they made it to the playoffs last year, though. Right?
Yeah, maybe they could get another run like the Bucks and play like the Washington football team, and then play the Saints with Drew Brees and 11 broken ribs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just walk into the Super Bowl.
They call him a hero
and then
afterwards.
Just walk into Nick Bosa and
God. And Nick out there planting flags like he did when he nearly killed Baker Mayfield for that game he remembers back in school. I didn't know what Nick was doing.
The better the Browns do this year, the better the Niners Super Bowl chances.
Yeah, AFC, they're not going to beat the Chiefs. Well, you know what? You never know, because injuries. Who knew Patrick Mahomes was going to get ran off the field in Super Bowl 50? Was that 51? Yeah, who knew he was going to get ran off the field?
I think the
52.
team to go through is the Titans. I think the Titans are probably the team to go through, but the Bucks still have that pick your poison thing. You know what the Bucks did really good in the Super Bowl too,
is that no one really talks about this, but Leonard Fournette had like nearly like 500 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns, you know. And when they took Solomon Thomas before Leonard Fournette, I was so pissed off. But let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
but they need
there were so many players. A lot of us wanted before that.
Recipe of of defense, not turn it over, and then that strong run game. You know, get into the NFC Championship, get Raheem the ball, do another 200-yard performance and stuff. And
they
just need to stay healthy and just take care of the ball. They got Raheem, doing every time Raheem's on the field, just get a 50-yarder out of nowhere. So.
Mm-hmm. He did it in practice yesterday. First ball he got.
They're going to be dangerous, man. Once they get Trey and Jalen out there too, oh my God, it's going to just be nuts, man.
Especially Jalen right now, because Hurd, you've already got Debo, and you've also got Ayuk, and Sanu is playing very well right now. If you got Hurd
that was
doing
cool.
well
that was
too,
cool to hear what Jimmy said.
This could be very interesting.
Yeah,
so we're gonna find out.
They get Ayuk and Debo, and they get what we know. Another thing that the Bucks did really well too is they got the running backs receiving yards, and if Talon can start doing that too.
Yeah,
remember
that was supposed to be Jet
and Juice like 50 yards a game and stuff and receiving.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Jet last year. That was why he was supposed to be there. He was supposed to be that guy out of the backfield because he's got great hands.
Well, him and Mullins had a good
routes.
thing going on, and then
Well, it wasn't.
There was a great pass that Mullins made to Jet earlier in that year, but
things just the offensive
that's the
line.
thing, Ronbo.
Everything needs to be connected.
There's
better.
no one. There's no Alex Smiths anymore that get 5 or 10 years to really to be forced to be a good player. You know what I mean? You have to be like super talented. You have to kind of get lucky. You have to go to a good team.
Yeah. Oh, it's but
I mean, Trey's gonna do really good. Because Trey's just supremely talented. But I would have loved to see what Mullins and CJ could have done with a few years more. But anyway,
but that's the thing, though.
That's neither here nor there.
That's why Trey's here.
It was always frustrating seeing like CJ just jug it. CJ was like so tough, and then he just had a cannon.
He got creamed
was, like,
and get
tough
right up.
Too.
Yeah, but that's why Trey Lance is here, because they weren't about to depend on CJ and Nick again. Because obviously, if Jimmy's up, the 49ers are most likely going to win the game. But if he goes down, we got no chance. So he says, you know what? And Jimmy's got to stop. We're not going to depend on him anymore getting hurt. So we're going to go ahead and make a draft pick this year.
I got a question for you, bud. You're not really from Cincinnati, are you, Ronbo?
I went along with anything he said. He had me up in
that's
Baltimore.
What I'm saying. I don't know what that guy was. I don't know what kind of over the counter medication.
Yeah, I don't
that guy was
because I never alluded toward being from Baltimore.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that was so bizarre. It says San Mateo when I call you.
I have no idea what's going on.
You know what that made me think of, Ronbo? Was one of my favorite dishes is Cincinnati chili. If you ever get a chance to try some Cincinnati chili, get some cheddar cheese on that. I hope there's callers listening. We got to get some thumbs up for the Cincinnati chili, man. It's like the greatest dish in the world.
There must be a recipe available. Cincinnati chili. Tell you,
yeah, man. You got like
Louisiana gumbo.
Takes a couple hours to make. It's some good stuff, man.
Casey, we got to go. Hey, I tell you what, I'll be looking for you tomorrow if you get some time, and see what happens
we're
tomorrow.
Close, Ronbo. I'll talk to you, bud. Appreciate you, man.
All right, fam. Talk to you later. Here goes KC. And it's Tony time. Tony! Tony? Why do I... Raider Carlos is everywhere. Tony! Wait. Tony, maybe we'll come back to Tony. There he is, the Rudy man. Ramilla sports. Rams loaded. Lakers got Westbrook. Life. Really? The Lakers got Mr. Triple Double? Wow. Now there's a deal. Ho. Probably orchestrated by you know who. LeBron said, look, I got to have some help out here, man. I can't depend on several people in the team. I ain't going to mention the names. But if you can get Russell in here, I believe we got something going on next year. Take some load off of me. LeBron, you get paid to the point where we actually should expect you to go out there 1-on-5 and win. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John. Come on in. John. The 49ers Ultimate Report, John. John! John?
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah. John, I'm listening. Come on in, John.
So, how was your day, Ronbo?
Fab, you, and Lus. You know what I mean? Anytime there's things going on in Santa Clara, I'm delighted. So, I can't wait to as soon as I get those reports in. And today was fun because without Nick and D, they pretty much brought our D offense to its knees. But you know what? It's like we were saying earlier, Drew and some other, you got to not take this. There's nobody's ain't wearing any pads. They're just going through the motions, probably trying to avoid getting hurt. The offensive linemen are probably not playing like they would be with the pads, and obviously they're not. So, but it was fun hearing about pass plays being broken up by Jason Verrett. Because if you're going to feel good about something, Jason Verrett is a good thing to feel good about, especially, John, the way people are talking about the secondary not being able to measure up. I said, we'll be okay. If Jason Verrett goes down, we're dead meat. Well, do we have to think and talk like that? So I feel it. So, but what are you thinking?
When it comes to Jason Verrett, I always liked him, out of college and, when he went to San Diego. The Chargers, and when he got hurt, that was basically the longest 3.5 years of his career. No one ever thought he was ever going to return back, and then he got signed to the 49ers, and then 2020, he wasn't supposed to be a starter, but then so many players got hurt, and he really balled out, and then this off season. He basically was offered, the same contract as Emmanuel Mosley, and he said, no, thank you. I'll take 1 year. I'm going to bet on myself. And then you saw it today, how he was batting balls down. He was knocking everything down. And it's a reminder when this guy is healthy, when this guy is healthy, it's at a Pro Bowl level. And that's why he was a really good player the first couple of seasons before he suffered, those setbacks. But I always liked Jason Verrett. It's just unfortunately, what happened to him. So I'm very excited, today. And of course, too many people like Grant, who I'm trying to not say his name because it really pisses people off. And for some reason, his people are starting to discover me, and they don't really, like me anymore because I keep talking about. And he keeps saying, oh yeah, when the defense is playing really well and they're rushing the offensive line and they're going after the quarterback and the defense and the secondary are batting the balls down, that's a reminder when with this defense that we have, it's going to be very dangerous. So the 49ers offense are very lucky that during the season, that defense is going to be going after our opponents. So that's the reason why Nick Bosa, he's saying what he's saying, that he wants to get back week 1. Ebukam is working with the edge rushers, so
and he had a better day today too. And that's not a bad thing.
Good reminder. Yeah. So and then also this situation, Trey, is throwing the balls deep, and Jimmy is not throwing the balls well. All this stuff, again, comes from Grant. And like I said, one thing that I because I've been talking to some of his people. And Grant, he's not a bad dude no more. I still give him a little hard time, but it's like you say, Ronbo. He really gets under your skin, but he knows how to, take a topic and manipulate it for the people who love him. So it's a reminder, yesterday he posted a video. He says how good Jimmy G is playing because he knows that in week 1 he's going to be playing with the Texans. And why would you say that if he's playing really good, but then you're saying that he's only doing that because he wants to play for the Texans. So it really shows the dumb things. That's why I don't take his reporting serious and everybody else. And hopefully, we can really see the live action on, the preseason game, because then we can start to determine how good this team is going to be. So that's how I see, these training camps. It's basically them getting back into shape. Once the pads come on and all the seriousness probably
now you can take it a little more. You take things seriously now.
Yeah.
A little more seriously, because QB's still going to be protected. And they're probably still going to be exercising at least a small amount of caution. You don't need to blast your teammate into next week type of thing on a hit or something like that. But, we'll see better, though.
Yeah. And then, of course, one thing that I really, really want to see is that corner, because, now with Emmanuel Mosley in the COVID list,
I know.
And then Emory Thomas, not having a really solid performance. This is what we really have to know, the depth of that, because, we don't know how long Emmanuel Mosley is going to be on that COVID list. And, of course, right now for Verrett and K1, but you want to strengthen that cornerback room to get as many guys as possible. And that's probably the only position. Like for me, what I've seen in the 2 days of Jalen Hurd, when he's healthy and he's a really big dude. Many people, forget how big this dude is. When you look at all the wide receivers around him, everyone looks small for some reason. So I think that's the reason why I think Kyle believes that a healthy Hurd, could be that number 3 guy.
Oh, God, yes. And you can use him in so many different ways. He is 6'5". I thought he was 6'4". Can you imagine a 6'5" running back? I guess that's why he hurt himself, though. You can be too big to be a running back. But he weighed up to 250 pounds. 6'5", 250. What if you're playing and he busts through the interior line and coming down the field with a full head of steam? See, that's why playing defensive back, this is why I used to think, this is when separates the men from the boys. But you better make a good business decision. You make sure that hits low. So, or you're going to get hurt. That's odds are against you. So, God, I wish I could have seen that.
And then I think yesterday you had that guy Mike Miller. He's a good dude. He has his own ideas. Talking about this and that. Saying that you're from the East Coast. But there's some things that he says that are a little bit hard to comprehend. But one thing I try to avoid is politics. And of course this vaccine situation. There are people who are very they read the information. I don't know why Verrett and Bosa are not vaccinated in my opinion, but if you read into all of this stuff, it's basically something that's going to go in your body, and you want to see the effects. A lot of people are very hesitant because they don't know what's happening in 5 years and 10 years. But at the end of the day, just like people say, the risk and the dangers that could happen down the road, it's better right now to have that. And I think Bosa and, Verrett, if they choose, to take the fines and whatnot, that's their choice, if they get sick. So I'm a person that doesn't really put too much pressure on a person, and I'm not one of these people, that, wants to argue and, blame and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's your body. If you want to get vaccinated, good for you. You want to get healthy. Let's not get too hard on, some of the players who are a little bit hesitant. It's just a little, touchy situation. I'm not a doctor, but that's how I see that situation. But people are making it a huge deal, in my opinion.
Well, yeah. And it's because the thing is, everything is affected now by that ridiculous virus. It will not go away. So the economy is still going to be affected to some degree. Now, for our purposes, we love football, right? I keep having this nightmare. I'm going to wake up. Well, the COVID outbreak is pretty much taken over the area, and 49ers will not be permitted to allow fans. I said, no, I knew it was going to finally happen. See, it's a selfish reason. because you and we're talking football. John, the thing is, if it weren't for that, will we still be complaining? See, that's why I feel bad about complaining about that. But I do not want a player to contract COVID, and he's around Kittle, he's around Mostert, Trey and Jimmy happen to be in the same room. They can't play this Sunday. Oh my God! Oh, I'd be livid, but for the wrong reasons. We should be. So I'm not going to be lie about my feeling about that. That's my thing on it. I don't want it to affect football. One of the happiest things in my life is football. I don't want COVID getting involved. Oh, so yeah. Thanks for letting me vent, John.
Yeah. And then I want to finish with this really quickly. It was brought up to me by someone who also covers football. He said last year was more dangerous, and they somehow made it through. This year, you're having like 80-90% of locker rooms across the league, have that vaccine. So it's more safer than it was last year. Fans are coming in. People are going to come in. And like I said, if someone's going to complain about it, let them complain about it. Because at the end of the day, personally for me, I just want to talk football. I don't want to talk about all that nonsense. But that's all I wanted to say.
Because all of it connects to politics, and you feel, God, I hate talking politics. That's a nowhere conversation. Anyway, John, good stuff, and always delighted. John, you said we thought we were going to lose you for a while because of the fact that you were working these new hours, and of course you don't have time. And there you are. I see you all the time. Really appreciate you too. Great.
Ronbo, thanks for having me on, and Niners
always a pleasure.
All day.
All right, John. Have a great night, and we'll see you shortly. Here goes Johnny. And guys, 49ers ultimate report. I'm scared for what he just said. Don't go over there and take shots at John. I see some of Grant's people used to come in here, but I used to lay into him. I guess I don't mean to be vicious. I just every now and then I've gotten better. I ignore things. I'm not supposed to do that, and I don't. Except for Trader Raiders and Raider Carlos. Tommy Testosterone. Okay. Hey, Michael Miller's on the phone. Michael, you've been the subject of a lot of conversation tonight, Mike. Come on in.
Yeah, well, why am I so popular? Because people are haters of people that succeed in this 49er world. I have a Facebook group. I have 115,000 members that I've worked to build up. I have the largest group, period, on Facebook, and people are just haters. I don't get it.
This is the world we live in. I mean, it's how that saying goes. You can please some of the people some of the time, but you cannot please all the people all the time. That goes back. I don't know where that got started and coined, but that will never ever not be the case. I mean, somebody said the more haters you got, the better, the more popular you are. Look at Howard Stern.
My group's growing, and I feel like after this season, if we have a good season, I'm gonna have 250,000 fans in one group.
See, there you go. Keep bringing that energy. See, because that means you're.
And why is the hate of Grant so bad? Grant tells it like it is. I don't get why people don't like Grant. He said today Jimmy G looked like garbage, and he did look like garbage. He almost threw 4 interceptions today. I understand. People are wanting to love Jimmy Garoppolo. But remember this, Jimmy Garoppolo, if it ain't a pass 10 yards down the middle, you ain't going to win with it. He can't throw outside, left or right, or he can't throw a deep ball. Fact. He's garbage when it comes to that. People need to learn to let Jimmy Garoppolo go, and he's not going to be on the team much longer.
I can help you with that. In your position, in Grant's position, even my own position, I get myself in trouble with this too. What you can't do, if you're going to talk the team, if you start spotlighting players and showing bias one way or the other, you're going to catch hell. Why? Because there's usually as many people agree with you as disagree with you. So you bring that energy on, now you got to fight, See, because
but the way
you
I
just said
am
Jimmy
and
can't
the way
throw the
I
ball
like
over 10
Niners,
yards.
I've liked Niners for 46 years of my 50 years of life now.
You're a 4-year-old before
I don't like I'm 50 years old. I don't like bad players. I don't care if you're a Niner. If you're horrible, I don't want you on my team.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo is horrible. Ever since his ACL injury, he has not been the same. He is fragile to start with. You know, if you're going to bet in Vegas, is Jimmy going to get injured or not?
Put the money on that bet, huh?
Bet that he's going to get injured this year because he's at about a 65-70% rate. He's going to be injured this year.
They've already got that.
Jimmy,
they've already got those odds out there too that Jim's going to get hurt. Problem with that though is you have to understand too, Mike. Since he's had that ACL, he went 13-3 and went to the Super Bowl. And I know nobody wants to give him credit. At least those who don't appreciate
our
him.
defense went to the Super Bowl.
It's all defense and everything.
Bosa, Buckner,
but Mike,
all them guys. That's why we went to the Super Bowl.
Let me just ask you this question though: how many teams are winning without any support from the defense and other parts of doing really well?
Tom Brady.
He had one of the best defenses in this last Super Bowl that I've ever seen.
Well, he had a good one day defense. Their defense ain't that great.
Well, they did a good job this particular game, though.
They did a good job in the Super Bowl, yes.
But again, my question is alluding toward, name a quarterback that actually doesn't need any help from the rest of his team.
Joe Montana did.
Joe Montana had one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. He had a great.
Well, it's the
also,
GOAT right
Jack
there.
Clark, yeah, that team was not minus talent.
No, but I mean, let's put it this way: Jimmy G had probably the best defense in the last 20 years when we went to the Super Bowl, and he couldn't hit Emmanuel Sanders, who was wide open by 15 yards, and he overthrew him by 15 yards. Remember, George Kittle ran across the middle wide open 3 times, and he didn't look at it. Jimmy G and Richard Sherman giving up 7 catches for 76 yards.
Yeah.
Them 2 guys cost us the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
Hands
Mike,
down.
have you ever played ball?
Yes, I did. I played fullback and I played defensive end.
Did you ever point fingers at individuals on your team if you lost a game, though?
No.
So this is why sometimes
But that's
when I see
different
people,
as a player and as a fan. Yes, I can point as a fan.
see, that's what I'm saying, because a lot of things went on that game from the first quarter to the fourth quarter that maybe it shouldn't have all been blamed on just Jimmy. You know what I mean?
No, the interior offensive line sucked too. But, when you got George Kittle wide open 3 times, hit him for the first down. It's that simple. Jimmy G was scrambling and just his mind was shot. When you got Sanders out there, Emmanuel Sanders out there wide open, just lob it up high, let him run under, run for the TD, game over, we win the Super Bowl. Why did he throw a bomb 15 yards over his head when he's 15 yards wide open?
It seems easy, though, huh?
It is easy. It is easy. Joe Montana made it look easy. Tom Brady makes it look easy. 90% of the NFL makes it look easy when you got 15 yards wide open.
90%.
Just put a little air under the ball.
That's pretty big. Anyway, but hey, other than Grant and Jimmy, any other observations you make from the day?
Yeah, 2 people don't have the COVID shot, Jason Verrett and Bosa. And if they cost the team a game and have to forfeit, and that will cost the owners millions of dollars because we got to pay the expenses of the other team if they're coming to our side of town, basically. And,
it goes further than that.
That's ridiculous for them not to get the shot.
I think they that number they came up with, I think it takes into account a lot of. They added up everything: the concession, the parking lot.
Oh yeah, it's going
on and on. Jesus,
millions of dollars. We're probably talking $30, $40 million, maybe $50 million per game forfeited that goes to the other team if we play in a way. Yes, because we got to cover everybody. All them employees there. We got to cover the salaries, stuff like that they're out of that they couldn't make revenue to cover.
So
and not to get a shot is just makes no sense to me. I mean, this is how we're going to get rid of COVID: is everybody get their shots.
Yeah, and especially if in this profession, you don't want your teammates to get that. You got to think about others, and that's why I say to be careful, guys. Don't come into that room and get anybody else with that.
There will be some players that are going to come out and say, "I don't want Bosa in here. I'm not coming in anymore if Bosa or Verrett's in here unvaccinated, I don't want them around here because I got to go home to my wife, my kids, and I ain't spreading it to them. And it's coming down to that. I guarantee you within the next month or so, people that ain't got their vaccinations may be suspended from teams. It's coming. Because other players, I mean, what are you going to do? Make 90% of your other team unhappy because you got several people that refuse to get a shot?
The NFL may
think
come down
about
with
that.
more legislation on this too, because the NFL is worried about their money. So it's scary stuff. We'll see what happens though. Mike, we didn't talk much about. Well, you know what? Let's talk tomorrow.
Well, nobody got injured today again.
Yeah, at least
that's a blessing. And
every day that happens is going to be a blessing.
Knock on wood. I hope nobody gets injured in camp again.
Oh, keep your fingers crossed.
My God, yes. And I pray to God D4 can play the entire season. Because if D4 plays the entire season and Bosa plays the entire season, we're going to win a Super Bowl ring this time.
Tell you what, I agree with that. All right.
Yeah.
Big Mike, we'll see you. Hey, tell you what, get a chance. I'll be looking for you tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Night, fam.
Later.
Yeah. And are we going back to see if we can find Tony? Hey, Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony.
Ronbo, how you doing?
I'm telling you, I'm still, you saw Tom Brady trying to up his status in Madden, right? Tony, what's going on with Brady? I posted it up and I said, Tom's been having fun all off season long. Is he going to be able to get serious in a couple of weeks and play football? I really like Tom Brady more than I ever did. I didn't know he was this comical. God, he kills me.
Yeah, it's funny. We're going to a different organization will do to you.
Isn't it? Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, you hit it right on the head. I think he may have been sort of depressed because Belichick never praised him or never made him feel good about what he does or anything. And then Tom goes to Tampa Bay, and he got the keys to the city, and everybody loves him, and they show it. And now Tom's out making video after video of pure comedy. Tom is, what? He spends a lot of energy on being silly. This is my kind of guy.
Yeah.
So,
But he better get serious because everybody's doing it for him.
I know, right? Randall Cobb's over in Green Bay. It was that, and Green Bay made that accommodation just for Aaron. What do you think? Are they going to start bending over backwards for Aaron now between now and opening day?
Yeah, but if you saw any of those press conferences from the GM and Aaron, I read between the lines, the GM. So he didn't say this, but if any of this backfires, he's not taking the blame. He's going to say we did this for Aaron, so it's going to be Aaron's fault.
Oh, and that's a good strategy too, because Randall Cobb, his best years have already went by. So I don't know why.
They paid him $10 million.
I didn't know it was that much. Really?
For number 3 or 4 receiver? Come on, man.
That organization's going to crash and burn to the ground, maybe within this next year.
Yep. But like you said, we did this for Aaron. So and then Aaron, if you saw he talked about the organization a little bit. And he said how some players didn't get treated. He started naming names, Ronbo.
I know.
Julius Peppers, Jordy Nelson, James
Still mad
Jones.
about that. Yes.
Yeah, he named names at the press conference. So this is like a divorce after the end of the year.
I tell you, if I own the organization, I might have to. I got to start over. Aaron Rodgers is killing me. Every time I wake up, I go to my table, have breakfast, I bring my laptop, I look at the news. There I am being bad-mouthed on a daily basis. I guess you have to have thick skin to own a football team, though.
And they do not need negative distractions. But we got some of our own a little bit, but I'll talk to you about in a minute. But I have your buddy Colin Cowherd's 10 top teams. I found that list.
Who are they?
Now, when I give you these names, Ronbo, stop me at any time. I'm gonna give you the top 10
All
because
right.
you're gonna stop me on some of them. Number one, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Number two, Kansas City.
Okay.
Number three, Buffalo. Want me to stop?
No, give me a couple more.
Number four, you're going to blow a gasket on this one, Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's questionable. What has Seattle done to give them that kind of clout? You know what? Jamal Adams is still threatening, and they keep thinking he's going to come to camp as they are hoping he shows up. And what have they done to the offense?
Distraction.
Yeah. The defense is still, you can score a lot of points on them. If they're going to do shootouts every week, I don't know about Russell Wilson. Tony, you remember that stretch when Russell Wilson got picked off 5 games in a row and was the worst quarterback in the NFL last year? That was because he was up in the air on every down. You know, you got to have a run game. You can't just keep throwing, because I'm the defensive coordinator. Guys, just sit back and wait. I want you to double up on DK, too. Yeah.
And the thing is, Ronbo, that Chris Carson, I don't know if you, I like him, man.
Hey,
they don't give him the ball enough.
That's a tough dude. I agree. He scares me. Oh.
They fall in love with Russell and stop feeding him the rock. So
let Russell cook. He ain't cooking nothing.
Exactly.
He wins the regular season. He cooks enough for lunch, but there's not going to be any dinner. So you know why? Let him out of the kitchen, because the first play in the playoffs, they're coming out. So Russell's a great quarterback. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but I'm saying the way they're running that team is silly. Give me a couple. Let me give you a couple other teams. Buffalo. Okay. I think they might be okay, but go ahead.
Number 5 is Baltimore. I disagree with that one.
I got big trouble on Twitter about that. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yep. Number 6 is Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, maybe they did a lot of things.
You know Cleveland's problem. Cleveland's loaded defense, offense, the best offensive line in football, in my opinion. Defensively, they got players. That quarterback, I don't like him.
Baker.
Yeah, I
don't. Baker stopped talking smack like he was his first and second year too, though. So you know,
he's their weakest link. But number 7 is the LA Chargers, which I disagree with that high.
Wow.
Number 8 is Indianapolis. I think they should be higher.
Yeah.
Here you go, Ronbo. Number 9 is the LA Rams, and number 10 is the 49ers.
I think that's Denise called in here today. I think that's what she was talking about. But that's not dead last. That's top 10, but that's nothing nice. He could have stopped at number 5. I got to tell you, the Rams are getting everybody's love in some shape, way, or fashion. It's pretty funny. There's a lot of expectations. I guess it's all because of Stafford, I guess.
Man, they lost those players. Now, a couple of those players they lost, they replenished. Like they drafted Taylor Rapp, who's a dog at safety. But they lost their inside corner, slot corner to Cleveland, and their strong safety to Cleveland. They lost that center you and I talked about.
Yep.
They lost.
Whitworth is getting up
there.
there.
They went to Detroit.
Yeah,
man, they lost too many players, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
Taylor Rapp's probably going to be better this year, but I know one thing. Their high-priced cornerback, I wonder how he really feels about him. You know that game that, what's his name over the high-priced corner in L.A.?
Ramsey?
Yeah. Jalen, because he lost face, that play that Jimmy hit Emmanuel Sanders way downfield, Jalen comes running over there because apparently he was supposed to be in coverage, but he depended on his safety. You know some cornerbacks do. I thought I had my safety had my back. Yeah, you know what, Jalen?
Yeah.
No matter what.
Safety, I know that.
Yeah, you don't need to go over there and chew him out in front of everybody. That was cold. So you know.
Well, Ramsey still needs to grow up a little bit.
Yeah. And he almost remember that year, Tony. Remember that year that A.J. Green had him down on the ground and was just punching him, punch after punch after punch. Jalen just went limp and let him beat him. I guess Jalen said, if I don't hit him back, I won't get fined. It took me 5 days to get over that. Jalen's body was just rocking, and AJ was just pumping in one shot after another. I said, Jesus Christ, what did Jalen do to make him that mad? Oh,
AJ Green's a quiet soul. He don't say nothing. Now they'll see each other twice a year again.
That's right, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. I'll be watching
Ronbo,
that.
I got some bad news.
What's that?
Some bad news, some
Go ahead.
Falcons news. Our owner, Arthur Blank, gave a press conference that they asked him about Julio. He said, well, I tried to talk to Julio. He wouldn't return this is before the trade. The coaches tried to get in touch with him. We tried to get in touch with him. He wouldn't return our calls. He just said he wanted to trade through his agent, and that was it. And myself included, I'm like, if that's true, Julio's still my boy, but that's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Arthur Blank is the one who believed in him. We traded all the way up to get him. He gave us 10 great years. They paid him that $60 million contract 2 years ago that he's on now, and you won't call and talk to your boss?
You know, in fact,
that ain't cool.
You're right. Julio did not handle that. I mean, getting on and telling Shannon, even if Shannon did have, there's no point in airing your laundry out like that anyway. You know, if you got a problem with the organization, you should probably go run it toward them. I don't know if he wouldn't talk to them, but he would talk to Shannon Sharp. That doesn't make any sense. Strange.
Now people are saying that was staged, and Julio knew about that, and that was staged. And I'm very disappointed in Julio Jones if this is the case.
Yeah, that's kind of, well.
Very disappointed.
Tony also got to. Who's telling the truth, though? I mean, you think the organization is telling the truth for sure? Is Julio the bad guy here? That's the only thing you have to. The truth is never going to come out, because it makes Julio look really like an a-hole. But maybe the organization people intended for him to look like that, because they're probably getting a lot of pushback on the fact you got rid of Julio Jones. What?
Nah, but the fan base ain't really mad now. The fan base is mad at Julio.
Okay.
Because the way it was handled. Arthur Blank's a really nice guy, Ronbo. He owns Home Depot. He's a multi-billionaire.
He wears nice suits. I saw him out in the field a couple of times.
Yeah. He's very demanding, but he's not like a Jerry Jones. He stays out the way.
Yeah, nobody's.
But
Jerry Jones and Al Davis, that's a dying breed. And Al already died.
Yeah. And Jerry Jones is funny. We ain't gonna talk. I don't feel like laughing right now. But yeah, Ronbo, if that's the case, and the Atlanta fan base is mad at Julio, I'm not mad at Julio. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Because
you never expect that.
Differently.
Yeah.
This is business, not personal.
Yeah.
We understand you want to trade, you want out, and then when Julio, I guess they knew since March. We didn't find out until what was that, May or June when that trade happened. So the organization protected Julio even then, back in March. None of us knew. They didn't say anything.
This is why I've always said wide receivers, they are the divas of the NFL. You'll never see a quarterback take on that kind of attitude. Cornerbacks, rarely. Linebackers, never. Linemen, impossible. It's the wide receivers. That is the diva in the NFL. Always. Look around the league and all the divas. We had one that had no business being one. Michael Crabtree was a diva, and he had no business being one. Look at AB. No. It just goes on and on. So.
Yeah, unfortunately. But, Texas boys been hot in the chat tonight, Ron. I'm texting back and forth with him, and he won't respond to my answers, though. Him and this guy that likes the Seattle Seahawks, James Harden Beard.
Oh, yeah, I saw him, James Harden Beard. Yeah, he comes by every now and then. He's not consistent. Seahawks Rain those are his buddies. I think he rounds them up and brings them in. And we got a Raider group, and yeah. There's no Cardinals in here,
One
though.
good thing they did. Yeah, one good thing Seattle did, though, and I like them, getting that dog from Cincinnati, Carlos Dunlap.
Yeah.
The dog, I like him. I always
Tell
like
you,
him.
you gotta. Well, Tony, we're gonna call it a day. I'll tell you what. I'll be back tomorrow, though. Gonna be back a lot between now and the next 3 weeks, actually. So let's talk some more tomorrow. Watch that NFL news. It's always fun to talk about. Well, is it Tom Brady? Could probably make another video
sir.
right now.
Have your team stay safe. Have your team stay safe, Ronbo.
Hey, that's the thing to do. All right. Tony, have a great
I
night.
will talk to you tomorrow.
All right, looking forward.
You too, sir.
Night, Tony.
Yep.
Oh, man. Well, fam, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Get ready for tomorrow. More football. Oh, I tell you. Oh, you know, it's so funny because for all the time, as soon as you see that last few days going into the playoffs, get all excited about the Super Bowl, and suddenly it's like driving over a cliff. Whew. For at least a few minutes. And then, okay, it's draft time. Bam! We need to go to the Super Bowl this year. We don't draft on day one. See? You hear that noise? Crickets. You know what, though? You still got to watch and see who gets who. Who's going to get the first round pick? There's a lot of good talent coming out of school next year, and they'll have a whole year to play college ball, I guess. Are they shutting programs down in college right now? I wonder. Depends on how things progress and what state you're in, I guess. Hey, did Wilson sign yet? Tony, I forgot to ask you about that. I didn't look. No, they must not have. It would have been all over the place. I wouldn't have to look for that. Zach Wilson. See, Zach's saying, what are they going to do? They don't have another quarterback. I'm Zach Wilson. They can do, whatever I want them to do, they have to do it. This is why teams are going to learn from Zach. Have another quarterback standing by, even if he's no good. Don't be held hostage by a rookie quarterback coming in, holding out, camp starts, and he's still saying, I've given you guys my demands, and you want me to put a jet cap on and come on out there? Sign that, and we'll be on our way. This is stuff you make movies out of, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Zach's got that face that'd be great, too. Woo! If it was us, I wouldn't be laughing, but it's somebody else, so it's kind of funny. Zach! Make them wait, Zach! Get what you want, fam! Thanks for the contribution, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.